going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having an amazing afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is in your time zone. It is Tuesday. It doesn't feel like a Tuesday, does it? But it is for you. It's a Wednesday for me. It is Tuesday, the 26th of August, 2025. I'm gonna start reading the time to you in Thai years, chat. It's gonna blow you away. You'll think you're in the future. I am in the future. I am in, wait, what year is it now in Thailand? What is the exact year? Okay, what are we doing here? We need... There's your Thai commercial for the day, I guess. This is a Red Bull commercial. Yeah, wait, is it? I thought I saw somebody drinking a Red Bull. Anyway. Yeah, it's 2565. Wait, no, it's 2568. It's 2568 here in the future. Anyway, someday I gotta figure out what, like, the US calendar was started by what, either the birth or the death of Jesus, maybe? I wonder what started the Thai calendar. I wonder if it has to do with Buddha. Maybe so. Anyway, this is NCC TV coming at you live from the steps of the Amami Airport. We are live and alive, at least that's how it seems to be. Could be a brain in a jar somewhere, don't know, don't particularly care. Shouts out to all my weasels out there, all my forest creatures rocking out to, and my sea creatures rocking out to the realest of the real synthetic life form streamer trapped in a cyber brain and body like some kind of ghost in a half shell in this late stage hyper-capitalist dystopia. Forced to exist in this twilight realm to pay off my debt to society and my student loans. I hope you're having a good day, whoever, whatever, wherever, and however you are. We're about to jump right into it here on twitch.tv, youtube.com. High reward, high risk. Wow. Really fucked that one up. High on life, or whatever simulation, simulacrum, simultaneous, spontaneous singularity of consciousness this is, was, or will be sometime in the distant cyber future. I don't know where the voice came from. What is that voice, chat? Oh, hello, chat. How do you do today? I am... What voice am I doing? I don't even know. Jesus Christ Superstar? Do you think Ethan... Do you know Ethan has Giardia? Oh my god. Tuesday gang for an hour and a half, but I don't think I'll make it. You're sleepy from the gym. I mean, that happens. That happens, especially right after you down a protein shake. Not sure if that's your sitch, Chrissy, but... Red lipstick? Wait, what are we, commies or something? Yeah, blood red. But yeah, there's so many, I don't know, chat. I don't know, I got like Jimmy Buffett stuck in my head for a second there. Ahead of stream. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Wait, can you hear that? Chat, one in chat if you can hear. .5, you can kind of hear it. Is it hot in Thailand? It's a little bit muggy. It's a little bit sticky. Adding to this to my script, Giardia and Ethan Klein story, along with the main theme. What about Hassan? What about Hassan? Yeah, we're just rewriting, I don't know, what, 70s music? What is the common theme here? Wait, some people can hear it. I'm getting some ones. I'm getting some 1/2s. I'm getting some 2s. I guess the 2 is I can't hear it. You can't hear it at all. You probably hear it when I'm talking. more than you hear it when I'm not talking, if you hear it at all. Because this is a noisy little fan. This is a messy little bitch right here. Chat, isn't this cute though? Look at this. Look at the panda. Ah, it's a little panda in a flower. Everything is musicals. Yeah, everything is rock operas. That's what it is. Wait, did Jimmy Buffett have a rock opera? This is Trump's America. Yeah, that's right. Jimmy Buffett will be erased from the Music Hall of Fame or whatever. Cannot hear the fan. Wait, didn't Jimmy Buffett live close to Trump? Isn't Jimmy Buffett also a Florida man? Like Trump and DeSanctimonious? DeSanctimonious little Rhonda. Little Rhonda, help me Rhonda. Help me win this primary, Rhonda, by being the worst candidate. Okay, chat, I had one good Trump. Talk to the fan as we do. Oh, you want me to do this shit? Wait, is it like, can I just do it like, no, I gotta do it like this, don't I? Testing, 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 testing. Does it work? Talking through the fan. I don't know if it works with a little fan. Maybe it needs a big fan. Oh my God, now you can really hear it, right? That's like some serious, oh. Yeah, it's not actually hot right now. It's, our highs are in the upper 80s, which to me is nothing. I know that sounds hot. It's muggy because of the rain. Chat, here come the rains again. Falling on my head like a new emotion. Okay, I gotta get into Annie Lennox. Apparently she's really cool. You can hear it. I think I can hear it too. Okay, let's see if I can lift this delicious juice, delicious sparkling water without spilling it all over the keyboard like a messy bitch. God damn, that's good. But yeah, chat, I should tell you a little bit more about the rain, right? Something that I was unaware of, because look, what I usually do, chat, god damn, it's like a race now. This is the arms race, right? The weasel, the jellyfish and the weasels are like, you know, like this one will go up and it'll get close to that one, and then this one will go up and it'll get further away, and then this one will be like, we're keeping up with the Joneses, we're keeping up with the weasels. I don't know, chat. Yeah. Obviously, more people watch me on YouTube. There's more of an audience on YouTube. It makes sense. And half of Twitch thinks that I'm some kind of Phantom of the Opera that like sneaks into your chat and does bad things in the middle of the night. I don't know, chat. I don't know. I was never much for opera, I must admit. Although I love a bold Italian aria. I gotta admit, my Italian diction is garbage. I can barely say tralalero tralala. Porto dio, porto da. Right? I was so bad with the caro mio bins and the God, I can't even remember other arias. I feel like caro mio bin though, that's gotta be the platonic ideal of an Italian aria. Maybe? Maybe it's just the first one you learn. Can you hear me slurping? Am I doing a Destiny chat? Do I ever do Destiny? Do I ever do misophonia? Annoyance type of shit? We want news about sexy neighbors. Oh my God, how did it go with my sexy neighbor? I haven't seen my sexy neighbor. Again, I hear him. I don't know. I don't know if he's doing like renovation in there. Yeah, he's probably in there doing a sexy renovation actually. Loosen everything up and you'll roll your R's easier? Oh, you're telling me when I, like in speaking Thai? Like, Aroy mak mak. Something like that? It is warm out. Yeah, well, it's warm out. It's not hot out. But yeah, the rains have really come. And I usually, when it's raining, I usually just like, I mean, it's so nice to just sit on my balcony, right? Because it's actually cool when it's raining. What did I just call you? Wait, what did I just call you? Oh wait, arroy means delicious. And mak is just like extreme. It's like over the top. Like, it's probably something a little kid would say. Like, you know what I mean? That's the level of Thai I'm at right now, where no, little kids know their alphabet better than me, right? Little kids would dunk on me. They would be like, we know the freaking alphabet. We even know the like different classes of vowels. We know classifier nouns. What is it? The classifier noun? I recommend watching Elmo and I almost said emo. Elmo and Grouchland, Vanessa Williams scene on how to blow a raspberry for how to loosen. What? I gotta get Vanessa. Who is Vanessa Williams? I feel like Trish Paytas would blow good raspberries. Don't you think, chat? Rainy weather just kills my joints. I've never, It sounds insane, but it's the best technique. When you say loosening up, what do you mean? You mean like your muscles? Do you mean like just like your mentality? Is this a changes in attitudes, changes in latitudes type of thing? Because, you know, where I come from, if you want to change your attitude, you just put, and you can't change your latitude, you just put on some Jimmy Buffett, and that does it for you, I guess. I don't know, chat. Buffett is like a whole thing, right? Isn't it like Grateful Dead shows, kind of? Like people like, or no, it's like worse. Yeah, I feel like Jimmy Buffett's like fandom is like a it's like the Grateful Dead's fandom if they made money. If the fandom, like, right, it's like a high income version of Grateful Dead heads, right? Your tongue and muscles. Don't you think that, yeah, can you imagine if Trish Paytas blew a raspberry on you? Like, that would be insane. Vanessa Williams is a famous singer and famously got her crown taken away as Miss America because she had nudes taken before she won? Oh my god, what the fuck? I feel like there's a cruise involved in Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, they could afford cruises, right? And Weezer, Weezer has a cruise? Yeah, I mean, Narwhal by nature, that sounds like a massive double standard. Now having nudes taken won't even disqualify you from being First Lady of the United States. Zach from H3 loves Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, like that's what I don't know. I mean, he's got watch money, so yeah, he definitely has money. Yeah, I feel like that's why. Did you know that Jimmy Buffett died a billionaire? All right. Oh, that song, you went and saved the best for last. That's a really good song. That's like an amazing song. But it's a weird thing. Like Jimmy Buffett's like from Mississippi, which is one of the poorest states in the country. But yeah, he became a billionaire. Her song "I See a Kingdom" is almost in Grouchland. Wait, Elmo in Grouchland is one of my favorite songs. It's about changing point of view. Like what, a kingdom of grouches? Is that the idea? She plays a trash queen who convinces Elmo she has a kingdom. Oh my god, of treasure in her view. Yo, chat, I'm getting distracted again. Let's not get too distracted just yet. I've got responsibilities here. I would love to just talk to you about Jimmy Buffett for, as a child who grew up constantly being exposed to Jimmy Buffett in the backseat of a car on a trip to Florida or to South Carolina or some other such redneck Riviera type place. Yeah, I got a lot of that. I got a lot of exposure to Jimmy Buffett. Oh, nope, that's gonna get me in trouble. That music's not okay. Elmo being philosophical? Yeah, I mean, Elmo kind of is philosophical. Elmo's like the, he's got a little bit of that uncarved block in him too, doesn't he? Like, you could do a Tao of Elmo. Like, right? Like they did a Tao of Pooh. The Tao of Jimmy Buffett. There we go. Would he be a Taoist? I don't know. Zach loves Jimmy Buffett and Teddy Fresh did a Grateful Dead collab. What? What brand hasn't? Wait. Are you telling me that they like? Wait. They did a actual Grateful Dead. Huh? How does that work though? How? Cause like, there's a bunch of images associated with the Grateful Dead. I'm not sure if the band actually had the copyright though, because I think that how it worked is that they would travel across the country and play, you know, concerts in different venues. And I think, is it would the promoter actually come up with a poster? I think most of the iconic Grateful Dead, like if you ever see a Deadhead, they're like wearing a tie-dye shirt and it's got like a skull in it, and the skull has like an open in the top of the skull is like open, and there's like a little lightning bolt or something. There's something in the skull, or there's little dancing bears or whatever. My understanding is that none of that is actually like stuff that, it's not like the band's album art or anything like that. It's just whoever promote. Yeah, like this is, I think this is true about like psychedelic bands in the 60s in general. I've seen Grateful Dead collabs on Chef Gear. You know what? They might not be doing as well. The non-dead members of the Grateful Dead, the not so gratefully undead, I guess you could call them. I don't know. Didn't they do something with Biden? Didn't the remaining members of the Grateful Dead get like a Medal of Honor from Joe? Is Joe Biden a deadhead, chat? Yeah, skulls, that's right. The Grateful Dead sent the skulls. That was it. It was Phil Lesh, actually. You always knew that fucker was weird. You always knew he was the weird one. And that's saying something, right? Because, you know, a band that's based on taking psychedelic drugs at Ken Kesey events is gonna by nature be a little weird. They get around, yeah. Well, I mean, they're trying to get that Buffett bag, right? I think that Buffett was maybe like the master of that shit, right? Because, like I said, he didn't just become a millionaire, right? Which, yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of, you know, if you're a popular musician, you're maybe gonna be, if you're a really popular musician, you're gonna be a millionaire. But he, like, it was all he was a master of like marketing and branding and shit like that. And like, right, he had a restaurant and a bunch of, like, he just sold a bunch of shit. And his audience, chat, I swear to God, this is why Jimmy Buffett got so much richer than the Grateful Dead. First of all, there's one Jimmy, although there is the Coral Reefer Band, but I think he left the Coral Reefer Band behind. The Grateful Dead is CIA. There's actually theories about that. Sarah, do you know what I'm talking about? What is it called? There's a name for this, right? There's theories that, well, okay, so Timothy Leary, the famous, college professor from Harvard who said, tune in, turn on, drop out. And he meant, become an acid freak, basically. Kenny Rogers knew what he was doing too. He had shitty, if the Grateful Dead really were CIA, they need to make a movie about that shit, because that would be awesome. But yeah, so Timothy Leary, this is sus, right? This is very sus. Timothy Leary was like a counterculture hero, right? Back in the 60s, it was feds versus heads. And that was heads as in hop heads or acid heads or, freaks, right? Freaks of all kind. And you could be a freak without drugs in the 1960s. Look at Frank Zappa. You could, if you had a hard time taking drugs if you were in Frank Zappa's band, because his music was just so hard to play. And he was like, that's not the kind of freak I want to be. I want to be like a natural freak, right? So, but yeah, there was all kinds of freaks in the 60s. And, but the idea is this, that there was also a very serious political movement called the New Left that was fairly powerful. I mean, especially in places like Paris, right? The 68ers in France. Grateful Dead created Ted Kaczynski. Did he get radicalized by their lyrics? What the fuck lyrics would radicalize you? Yeah, but there was feds and there was heads, right? And the feds were the basically the cops and shit. They were monitoring it because of the political activities, not so much the drug activities. And then the heads were, obviously if shit like this starts to happen where your social movement, I guess, gets attention from the actual government, then you may get a little bit more, you're gonna be paranoid anyway on psychedelic drugs, right? Yo, that is what I was trying to do. Oh my God, HK. Oh, wait, I didn't even put the, oh my God. I forgot so much. Okay, wait, there we go. Show. There we go. Finally got the butterfly goal up. Oh my God, nothing's working. Okay, then pop this out, I think. It's still hot. God damn it. All right, here we go. Sorry, you said read the super chat. It actually it actually takes a few steps to do that, and I was on course to do that. And then I got distracted by some kind of explanation of the 60s and how it was a very special time and place to be. Courtney Love's dad was a manager for them, for the Grateful Dead. Timothy Leary dropped acid with Dr. Henry Murray, who was in charge of Ted Kaczynski. Okay, can I make it happen now? Pushing the ball uphill is easier than trying to stop it downhill? Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Much less disastrous as well. Right, because by the time you're trying, you don't try to stop a ball downhill. You end up like Indiana Jones. You're running from the ball and... Wait, running from the ball. No, chat, I'm sorry. It's Playboy Cardi lyrics have no place here, do they? No. Most disruptive chatter award? I don't know. You actually got me back on track, so it's kind of the opposite of disruptive. But yeah, you got feds and heads in the 60s. And the thing is, the feds were really worried about the political movements, but the political movements were a little bit more buttoned down, right? When you talk about the attempt of the younger generation to influence electoral politics, it was with things like Clean for Gene, right, where they were, one of Nixon's opponents, the supporters, because of the generation, they like to grow their hair long, they like to, wear jeans and do there was, all kinds of stuff that would set old people off, kind of like the Howard Dean people, but they didn't have orange jackets back in the 60s. Right, because orange hadn't been invented yet. That was not invented until 1982. So yeah, they were the people chasing the cheese wheel down the hill. Damn. But so the idea is that and I mean, the idea is that so it looks like two sides, right? It looks like feds and heads, right? It looks like, the establishment, whether it be LBJ or Richard Nixon, versus a more, communist, almost, set of the new left, right? Were they mostly Trotskyites or something back then? I can't remember. Obviously, Marxist-Leninism would have been almost unthinkable at that moment, given the Cold War. But yeah, you've got like the feds and heads, but it really wasn't just two, right? There, within the heads, within the younger generation, there were people that wanted to affect political change, and then there was people that wanted to affect cultural change, and almost like a change in paradigm, a change in mindset, a change which was usually achieved through the administration of psychedelic drugs. Now, funny thing about the psychedelic drugs, right? The feds were also interested in those. There was a project, a very real project called MK Ultra, where they were experimenting on unknowing, unwitting Americans, probably of the younger variety, in order to determine what the effects of certain psychedelics was, and whether the psychedelics could be used in intelligence. For instance, wouldn't it be great if you could give some, if you're a fed, if you could give somebody like truth serum or something, some kind of drug, and they would just get really relaxed and tell you, oh yeah, and this is how the operation works. Like, I buy the drugs from this guy and then sell it to and you just writing it down. You got everybody implicated, right? I don't know, or so they'd experimented with that, and in fact, I think Ken Kesey might have been, a victim, maybe not so unwitting of MK Ultra, because that guy really liked his psychedelics, maybe a little too much. So what's happening with Rogan and DMT? Good question. But so yeah, so because the feds had used psychedelic drugs, had at least experimented with this, and because the maybe overindulgence in such things and steering the movement towards a more cultural paradigm shift rather than a political paradigm shift was a little bit antithetical to what the new left was trying to do. There were theories that some of the thought leaders that were, rising because of the increased interest in psychedelics were actually plants, were not industry plants, but government plants, right? And with Tim Leary, after his death, I think the CIA released information suggesting that he had worked with the CIA. Now it's a real mindfuck to try to figure this out, right? Because like I said, he's a hero to like a certain portion of the boomers, of the, you know, more radical boomers. And so to name him as a snitch is to kind of like kill their hero in the worst way possible, right? So maybe it's not true, but at the same time, I mean, maybe it is true. Maybe there was like a certain degree to which only boomers would have believed that nonsense. Wait, what nonsense? The turn on drop out nonsense, or believed that Timothy Leary was a Fed. Labubu is definitely a psyop, yeah. Yeah, that's why I only trust Tralalero Tralala, right? We gotta go. Look, chat, there's gonna be factions in this new upcoming meme war. We gotta go with the brain rot animals, I think. What do you think? Can we trust the brain rot animals? Can they be trusted? Duncan Trussell is not a Fed, or he wasn't before. Yeah, so anyway, the theory goes that like people like Timothy Leary, Carlos Castaneda, I don't know who else, but like were somehow working for the government. And then the other thing about this, the other tie-in between you know, the indulgence in mind-altering substances and the you know, federal government and its fight against the new left was that you could generally count on most young people at least having some like weed on them. And so when Nixon like hyped up the drug war, I mean, like LSD was not illegal until I believe 1967, right? You know, it was a new substance, and you know, it wasn't really it wasn't until like 1967 that they made it illegal. Operation Mockingbird. Wait, okay, do I even know what this is? I know about the MK Ultra shit. I feel like I've seen something about Operation Mockingbird. But maybe this is what the whole thing is called, because yeah, there's some people that have a whole built out theory that basically everybody in the 60s that's regarded as a Ken Kesey, Carlos Castaneda, Timothy Leary, like all these people that were regarded, you know, at the time as heroes, were somehow part of an op. Wasn't Operation Mockingbird more about media? You will hear like some QAnon people refer to the media as the Mockingbird media. Okay, so Sarah says he definitely was is a Fed. He was definitely a Fed. JD Salinger was OSS. LSD originally came from Israel. What? Israel? I thought it came from Denmark or the Netherlands? Sandoz, right? Wasn't Sandoz the original? You've got all the receipts. Oh my God. It's about the media and the Cold War narrative. Yeah, I don't know if it's a deep dive, but also declassified. Wait, sorry. In San Francisco in the 60s, spooks would hire hookers to lure Johns into houses with observation blinds where the sex workers would dose unsuspecting men to be observed by agents. That's how MK Ultra worked. It's an interesting topic. My dad was a hippie in his younger days. That shit is so interesting, right? But somehow found his way into the military and working for Raytheon. FBI gets white leaders high, but And Andy Warhol was a Fed. Was he known as like I don't know. Oh, you're saying he definitely was a Fed to Andy Warhol, right, Sarah? Is it Operation Midnight Climax? Are you fucking serious? What is Operation Midnight Climax? I mean, of course, at this time, you know, you've got COINTELPRO and stuff like that. That is like a CIA operation to handle actual leftists and radicals in general, including you know, leaders of the civil rights movement who were considered radicals. Yeah, what the fuck is Midnight Climax? All right, we're finding out all about the CIA today. Was the CIA sub-project of Project MK Ultra the illegal Project MK Ultra? Isn't all the CIA shit illegal? Isn't that the whole point of the CIA, to have like one branch of the government acting in a clandestine manner, you know, irrespective of the law? Isn't that the whole purpose? Isn't that the whole idea? Okay, so this is a subset. So it's part of Project MK Ultra, mind control research program that began in the 50s. So one plan for MK Ultra and Midnight Climax on interrogation methods. Research under Project Artichoke? There's a Project Artichoke? What the fuck don't they have a project named after? Like, I swear to God, chat, is there not a Project Giardia? Maybe Ethan Klein is a fucking CIA op. I don't know. Hundreds of federal agents, field operatives, and scientists worked on these programs before they were shut down in the 60s. Wait, so it wasn't like it sounds like they're just testing out drugs. Yeah, here you go with the sex workers tie-in. The sex workers were instructed to use in the use of post-coital questioning to investigate whether the victims would be convinced to involuntarily reveal secrets. The victims were sometimes fed subliminal messages in an attempt to induce involuntary actions, including criminal activity such as robbery, assault, assassinations. I did not know that it was customary for a client of a sex worker to spend a lot of time in the post-coital state. Right? I mean, that's like, right? Because the time is money, right? They gotta. Many of the CIA operatives involved in this experiment voluntarily indulged in drugs and sex workers for recreational purposes. Additionally, information from Wilmington News Journal reports from a Freedom of Information request said the spy agency purchased 2 pounds of yohimbine hydrochloride. Wait, what even is that? Senate investigators were told that the goals of these experiments were to study mind control. This was the Church Commission, right? Is this the Church Commission that got all this information out? To study mind control and sexual behavior, more specifically to learn about the secrets of brainwashing to gain control over enemy spies. Yeah, that's my understanding of the real purpose and intent of Project MK Ultra, at least officially, right? There's all these stories that, like, officially it was a failure. Officially they were gonna use this shit for mind control, They did a bunch of experimentation and they couldn't reliably get that, right? I think that the people were just as likely to hallucinate or make up things as they were to give you secret information, and it was what they found. And so, you know, officially the project was a failure, but some people will say, no, they just, you know, they just wrote that to cover up. In reality, it really worked super well, and like this person, this celebrity, this politician, this, you know, whoever were CEO, they were all mind controlled by MK Ultra. But that's when we start to get into like the, you know, okay, I mean, fucking, I guess anything's possible, right? Anything's possible, but not everything's likely. We don't want to fall into Alex Jones territory. Speaking of Alex Jones, did you know that motherfucker just went on his show, just went on InfoWars to say that he is totally on board with Trump taking over Venezuela? Right? The guy that the supposedly anti-war and all this shit. He's got a major exception, and his justification is like, well, that's basically our backyard. No, it isn't. It's another country. It's not even on the same continent. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, based on the fact that Venezuela's got oil and we supposedly need oil. It's like that. I mean, people that say that Alex Jones is a CIA asset. This makes you believe that shit, right? He'll talk about all of the conspiracies except for the ones that are actually real. Other objectives included finding drugs. Thomas Jerome says, what's behind Destiny Cult, DGG, and H3? We think it might be the CIA, actually. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. So anyway, the butterfly goal. I've got a butterfly goal going on. There's 2 hours and 40 minutes to try to put a butterfly in my hair. Like, right, just so you know, the butterfly goal, it's gonna be in the early part of the stream, right? Like yesterday, I feel like we had a ton of super chats that were not in the beginning of the stream and thus did not count for the butterfly goal. So if you're interested, if you're a butterfly type person, yeah, wait, maybe butterfly, okay, weasels, jellyfish, butterfly, right? There we go. Maybe this is the common ancestor of the weasel and the jellyfish. Do you think?
Thomas Jer super chatted $5.71. I think that the gay frog is okay with the fascist takeover of the United States.
Oh, for sure. But like, we're not even talking about just the see, like, now the funny thing about America First is that like Republicans will always say this shit with pride, right? They're really proud about America First, and they don't seem to understand what that means. In reality, if there is any like disengagement from like, you know, foreign policy in an interventionist sense around the world, it's to refocus the literal fucking troops, National Guard and military, on the United States itself, on the citizens of the United States, right? America First means they're gonna fuck up America first. But I don't even think that's true. I don't even think that's real. You know, when Trump, like all it's gotta, like, Trump is like Bush on steroids. He is picking up where George W. Bush left off, right? And that's the reason that Trump won the primary. Is that he did, the Jeb Bushes of the world and the Jeb Bush team did not read the room correctly to, you know, figure out that people did not want a continuation of neoconservative foreign policy. People were very much done with that by that time. You know, they thought 8 years of Obama, okay, we can pick up where we started. No, it turns out that Trump is the one that picks up where they started, but he really does. He really does. He really is not that much different at the end of the day than George W. Bush. When it comes to letting, localities suffer massive casualties from natural disasters, Trump's definitely got that one. Trump definitely doesn't want to spend any money on Operation Butterfly. Is that a real thing though? I don't know what's a real thing anymore. I super chatted too fast. It's not, you did not. It's my fault. It's my fault, HK. I'm supposed to have that stuff up and running in the beginning, and I got like, wait, it won't let you say climax? Globbits, you got auto-modded from saying climax. That's wild. What country did Trump invade? It's gonna be Venezuela. Right now, there are US warships at Venezuela's doorstep. They're literally disappearing people in DC right now, including Black Americans. Oh yeah, yeah. And it really does, like, at the end of the day, kind of operate on racial lines. Crystal Saphira, thank you for the super chat. All right, so yeah, look, chat, it says that we're 1 out of 10 on the butterfly goal. Really think of it as 2 out of 10, because HK did a super chat before I even had it set up. Mod is anti-climax. Auto-mod is auto-climax. Wait, what is auto-climax? Where can I get that? The auto-mod just hates me. Yeah, it does feel like Oglobbits gets singled. I mean, it's not supposed to single people out, but I do see you end up getting auto-modded a lot, and it's not like it's not like you're that spicy. I don't think you're being overly spicy. I mean, if anything, I'm overly spicy. Okay, Narwhal is telling me we're at 13 out of 100. That's a different goal. Okay, so we got one goal. It's about butterflies, right? Oh my God. If we put a butterfly in my hair, I will give better commentary. That's a proven fact. We've done scientific tests on it. Right, my cognition improves by 130% automatically whenever I put the butterfly in. So if you want the butterfly in my hair, if you want to help me out with that, I think we're needing 8 more super chats of the what is the cutoff? It's 100 Thai baht is where it, because I'm streaming in Thailand, it does 100 Thai baht, and I think that's like $3 and some change where it changes. Automod is Twitch's version of stop and frisk. Oh my God, chat, I'm still hot. I'm still overly hot, and my fucking like air conditioner is not working as well as it should. Yeah, Washington DC would be the other foreign country. True. Is automod ACAB? Wait, is ACAB automodded? Is that what you're trying to ask? It looks like no. I'm too hot. That's right, chat. I'm sorry about the fan noise, but I just need to cool down. Cool the fuck down. All right, that's better. That's better. There's definitely a slight buzz when I talk. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Play something. You are not hallucinating that. That is the fan, right? So look, check this out. Like right now you're hearing the slight buzz. Right there you're not hearing the buzz, right? No buzz. No buzz. Some buzz. Extra buzz. All the buzz. So much buzz. But yeah, I'm just trying to like, wait, what do I have to like cross myself in order to keep the heat vampires away? You gotta strike a diva pose when you say that you're too hot, like a JoJo pose? It's absolutely freezing here, 10 Celsius. What? That's cold. Expected to hit 110 kilometers? Look, I would never ask a chatter where they are, because, you know, you don't want don't want you to dox yourself, but damn, those are rough conditions. You're being occupied here in DC right now. It's a violation of posse comitatus. Yo, it's an illegal administration, all right? He's not your president. He's a fucking crook. He's a fucking dictator. He's a fucking monster. He's a fascist, all right? A fascist is this like, you know, a fascist criminal has taken over the United States of America, and the whole world is in danger, right? This man has made himself an enemy, not just to Americans in America, but an enemy to humanity, all right? And that's how he should be considered. Wait, please, okay, let me just really quickly, I thought I was clear about this, right? There's no issue with the mic. There's an issue with this. This is a fan. When I have it on like that, you're gonna hear a buzz, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff, and you're not hallucinating, all right? That is correct, and that's why I will not leave the fan on for the stream. I am just trying to cool myself down in order to, you know, get into this, right? You just came in, no, oh, you just came in, yeah. I just wanna make sure that's really clear to everyone. You're not hallucinating, it is the fan. It is a real thing. And it will go away. I ran into a transfer Trump, says Philadestrian, live on TikTok just a bit ago. Oh, in the streaming, as a cis woman, it upset me. I can only imagine how it made others feel. Yeah, Pearl of Salamanca, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. I was just mad at myself because I thought maybe I didn't, the buzz is from what she is sitting on. Yeah, that too. You caught me. Okay, wait, there we go. Ah, this is so good. Here, let me just like, oh, that's so much better. That's so much better. All right, let's put this away. All right, so there we go. There we go. There should be no more buzzing. But yeah, no, if you hear something in chat, especially if it sounds like an audio problem, definitely let me know. You are not wrong to do that. And you are not hallucinating this time either. Is that a cheating at chess? Why would it have to be a butt plug? I mean... Not that there's anything wrong with that. You just don't want to borrow, you know, your significant other's butt plug because you might catch Giardia from your, you know, if you're like, right, if you're dating an H3 fan, maybe you don't even know they're an H3 fan, right? Maybe they got into H3 secret. It's their secret. It's a midnight secret. They put on Ethan Klein and they watch the H3 show, right? And you just, I'm like, oh, hey, you know, I don't need to buy a butt plug because my partner already has one. I'll just use theirs. Bad idea, really bad. This is how Giardia spreads. Is the Giardia thing a commentary community in joke? Wait, do I read as commentary community? Oh my gosh, chat. Do I read as a commentary gal? I mean, technically we are conscious commentary. But we are definitely the red-headed stepchild of the commentary community because we are woke or something. Where it's too much wokeness. It's a DEI stream, right? It's a social justice warriors come out to play. Wait, goddamn, chat. If I only had, I have 4 bottles right over there that I could stick my fingers in and clank those things together and be like, warriors. Should I do it, chat? Should I do it? It's the no commentary community. We're the opposite. We're the max left. That's right. We're the max left. So we are definitely the red-headed stepchildren of the commentary community. But yeah, let me explain the Giardia thing to anybody who doesn't know. That's a good thing. Look, if you don't know something, there's a great chance that many other people don't know it. So yeah, if something isn't clear, if something's confusing, feel free to let me know. Yeah, so the Giardia is a parasite. Okay, it's a parasite that is waterborne. Usually the source of Giardia transmission is somebody drinking from something like a creek, something like a lake, something like a river, right? And some animal, like, you know, died in there or something, or pooped in, yeah, a cow pooped in there or something like that. And the Giardia parasite gets into the water, and then people drink the water without having, you know, subjected it to iodine or purification or anything like that, because they're just thirsty and they get Giardia, right? Dogs, I think the way that Ethan Klein came into contact with Giardia, at least the way that he says it, is that he adopted rescue dogs, right? And one of these rescue dogs must have drank from a puddle or something like that was infected with the Giardia. And so the dog got Giardia. Now he says he's now retconned it. Yeah, I'm like, should we watch the Giardia thing to start off with, chat? Do not worry is more H3 adjacent community. Spoilers from Alien Earth. Okay, wait, let's do the Warriors come out to play and then we'll get started with the stream. You're not a Nick Diorio or Papa type, thank God. Truthfully, you are part of the broader internet commentary community. I mean, we are doing commentary, that's true. You do react content every so often? I would say very often. Whenever I'm not talking about the CIA, you know, dosing people, or Jimmy Buffett changing your attitude with his guitar, which is a form of, you know, that was part of the MK Ultra program too. Don't let them trick you into thinking that Jimmy Buffett and Margaritaville was not part of the, you know, was not a CIA program, right? That volcano. Yeah, this is definitely backcountry. We're getting into backcountry very quickly. Let me get the, oh my God, let me get the things. Oh my God. No. It's hard. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we gotta get bottles on the fingers and then you clink them together and you give a menacing look, right? Imagine I pulled up in a car, alright? I rolled down the window and I'm giving you a menacing look. And I say, Warriors, come out to play. Oh my God, I can't get this out of my fingers are stuck. Ah, oh my God. Oh, there we go, so much better. All right, let's put these puppies down on the ground. I'd be terrified. Mostly of the clanking is scary. You wonder, like, am I a clanker somehow, possibly? Yeah, there we go. We got the Warriors epic classic movie, I guess. The finger trap. Yeah, it kind of trapped my fingers. Anyway, we should get going because we got a lot to do. We got a lot to cover. We're going to be talking more about Destiny. Destiny. Ethan Klein has released a new video on Destiny. Right, it is I think it's a clapback to, now I haven't seen, if Destiny has talked about Ethan more. I would assume that he has, because, like, really, why wouldn't he? He always, you know, he leans into the drama. But Ethan put out a new video, basically Ethan's first video contained some incorrect information, right? Abba and Preach, amongst other people, commented on that, and Ethan felt the need to, I don't know, correct the errors and but also double down and say, no, this guy is really bad. Destiny is really fucking bad, and he is absolutely horrible.
The trans athlete is gonna do a lot to like.
He still has the fucking dogpile video. Yeah, he's getting dogpiled. What the fuck? Oh, Destiny. Oh yeah, chat. We got both. We got it going both ways now. 2 days ago. Wait. What? I don't actually know if we've watched this. I mean, that seems to be a new video of Destiny pushing back on Ethan. The real thing I wanted to find, though, is Destiny's VODs. Stream VODs, there we go. All right, let's see if we got a new stream VOD here. Yeah, there's been two. Okay, so since we last covered Destiny, there's been 2 more live streams. I guess I could sort of search those for... Wow, he does not stream very long. Alright, I'm gonna search up the name Ethan. Ethan in the live streams. Yep. Alright, there we go. So we definitely have some more of Destiny talking about Ethan. We have, yeah, a new H3 VOD. Now he's calling these... Oh god, I hate this. I gotta not repeat his bullshit, alright? For the record, chat, when this stream is done, right? When I say bye and I log off and I hit stop streaming, right? Then and you engage with the video after the fact, that's a VOD. That's what a VOD is, all right? That is the only thing that is a VOD. If I clip out a segment from the stream and upload it as a video, that's not a VOD, that's a video. There's a difference, all right? If I record a video outside of streaming, that is also a video, right? That is not a VOD. Ethan, what he is doing is really strange and almost perverse in a way. Yo, Omega Star, thank you for the gifted sub to Pair of Salamanca, the famous biting pair. Lol what, right? You just got jellyfished, and also Dust O Not, you just got jellyfished. And that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting stuff together, chat, because like apparently there's more going on than even I realized at the time. I didn't realize there was so much stuff being created. Ethan's would be a VNID, video not in demand. True. That is very true, actually. Oh my god, chat. I'm glad that everybody's getting in here because I have taken a while to wake up. I think I was like half asleep. I think I was dreaming. I was talking about Ken Kesey and Jimmy Buffett and whether or not, Miss Rachel is a CIA, god damn it. Whether Gritty is a CIA, what am I saying, chat? What am I saying? God damn it. No, I'm doing the CIA thing, right? Where you try to implicate everybody as a Fed when they're not. Look, chat, all I'm saying is Ray Epps did nothing wrong. Oh my god, chat, no, I didn't mean to say that either. No, I'm having a weird day. I'm having a weird brain day. My brain is all over the place, and I'm not even on any substances.
Super chatted $10. Apparently Reepsian, if you know him, is pro-Ethan and is calling Ian a conspiratorial anti-Semite. All while he's telling women he sees on dates at the mall that they can do better, meaning him. Boof.
No, I think I'm not a spy, Megastar. I think the CIA just put something in my, I think the CIA, put an adulterating substance in some LSD I took 10 years ago, and, It may be having its effect at long last. I don't know. High on life. That's true. Nothing makes sense. But we'll look at the Repsion set. Okay, so I'm gonna write a list here. All right, let's make sure that we get this. All right, so we got Abba and Preach. Or it's not even Abba and Preach, it's just Abba. Abba, not the band. No, God, I gotta erase 1B. Abba, definitely a CIA asset, chat. The band from Sweden. Also Ace of Base. Actually, Ace of Base was Steve Bannon's project to try to mainstream racism by suggesting that immigrant women were going around trying to baby trap, men in order to get their green card, right? All that she wants is another baby. Yeah, that was Steve Bannon wrote those lyrics, chat. Fascism doesn't come out of nowhere. You don't think that Ace of Base came up with that stuff by themselves? Like when he said, "I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes," he was talking about a Nordic rune that was loved by the Nazis or something. ABBA, we got Repsion, I guess. Repsion, who else is weighed in? Anybody want to help me out here? Anybody else? She's gonna get you, boy. Yeah, exactly. He was trying to warn the European men not to sleep with the evil immigrant woman that's trying to get another baby. The front, yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Pair of Salamanca. That's why I chose. That's why I said ABBA at first, and I was like, wait a minute, what's another Swedish band that actually had a Nazi in the band? Oh wait, he was in a Nazi band in his teenage years. Was that guy named Joker? There was Joker and there was Buddha, right? Don't look up Nazi Lebensborn and ABBA. Wait, Nazi Lebensborn? I don't even know what that means. Skyset says.
Skyze super chatted $20. Always unlimited tea from you and chat. Thanks for the show.
You're welcome anytime, Skyset. Although I believe your name is probably pronounced Skysat. I don't know why. No, did they call you Skyze? They pronounced it French. Chat, I asked for the snooty English voice. Ace of Base's big album was called Happy Nation. Oh my God, that sounds like fascism. It's a happy nation because it's homogenous. Oh, those fucking Scandinavians and their desire to keep social democracy all to themselves, right? You got to be a Scandinavian to enjoy social democracy, and you got to be in your country, apparently. Thank you for the super chat, Skyzet, Thomas Jerome, and Narwhal by Nature. Also, thank you everybody for the contributions to Roses are red, says Philadestrian. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ethan's got Giardia from eating dog poo. I thought you were going to say Ethan's got Giardia and the kids do too. I'm sorry, chat. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny that this man is infecting his whole family with a parasite. It's not even a cool parasite, right? It's not like a parasite that takes you over. It's not like the symbiote, right, chat? That's the kind of parasite I would love to get infected with, right? A symbiote. There's no drawbacks to that, right? If you get symbioted, the only drawback is that if you meet another person that's infected with a symbiote, that maybe it might try to hook up, right? Like your symbiote might try to fuck their symbiote. And I don't know who carries the baby when that happens. How does that work? Like who gets pregnant? Is that how symbiotes work, chat? They get horny when they see another, right? Like they see another symbiote and a screwworm? Wait, what? Is that even real? He has Hassan for venom. Anyway, we gotta get going. Because I'm getting way too distracted and having way too much fun. Yeah, like I said, Ethan's put out a new video. I'm not gonna call it a VOD. I refuse to call it a VOD. He's put out a new video about Destiny. Destiny's apparently got Repsion and ABBA defending him. I'm sure Destiny has also responded. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at everything. Basically, this is Destiny versus Ethan 2, Electric Boogaloo. Hopefully the last of these streams, for at least a while. I can tell, for once, chat, I am like, I actually look sweaty, and that's not a good thing. Oh my god. Sorry. When I go, do you hear the fan? Do you hear the fan? Do you hear the buzzing sound? I promise that's not a sex toy. I got removed from a Final Fantasy football. Yes, chat, we got to make that happen. Wait, can Final Fantasy football? If you take the old Final Fantasy, isn't it like there's like 4 of you standing on this side and there's monsters on that side, and you go like attack, and you go boom boom boom, and you attack the monster, and it's like minus 12 hit points. Ooh. And like, right, isn't that the old, like, if you could do that with football, couldn't you? Couldn't you somehow make a Final Fantasy football? I don't know, chat. It's called Fashion Sweat. It's called I'm way too sweat. I'm sweatier than normal. I don't even know what's going on. It's not even that hot. It's just muggy. What of Ethan? Yeah, Ethan is the Giardia master. The Giardia comes from him because he, his dog got sick with Giardia, and he passed it on to the kids. Everything that he tried to do, chat, just spread Giardia amongst his family. Never paid a close attention to the lyrics. Wait, I was too dazzled by the whistly synth noise. Ooh, I love whistly synth sounds. Lyrics can wait, what are, okay, lyrics, lyrics. Happy Nation lyrics. Happy nation, living in a happy nation where people understand and dream of perfect man. That sounds like some eugenics right there. The perfect Aryan man, is that what we're talking about here? I don't know, chat, this is making me uncomfortable. Lyrics continue, situation leading to sweet salvation. Sweet salvation or solution? For the people, for the good, for mankind, brotherhood? No, dude, they're gonna do the final solution with fucking Swedish pop. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. It's all fun and games, chat, until you lose your country to musically gifted fascists. And it was Steve Bannon playing the synth, chat, I swear to God. It was Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was writing all their tracks. I got removed from a Final Fantasy. Sorry, I did it again. A fantasy football league for changing my name to Birthing Symbiote. There we go. They weren't saying screw you. They were saying screwworm. What's the deal with the screwworm? This is just like a parasite that's appeared in America. They kind of had Final Fantasy football on in Final Fantasy X. Oh, Blitzball. Yeah, you're right. Giardia whisper. I'm trying to whisper sweet nothings to get the Giardia to go away, because it's hard as fuck to cure. Especially when you're in Ethan's house and everybody's always pooping and eating off the floor, and you know what I mean? It's just, it's not shiny, happy people laughing. He said his child played in dog shit because no one was watching, then spread the Giardia to the whole family. Yeah, and as he's trying to clean the kid's diaper or whatever, he gets Giardia, then his wife gets Giardia, and like everybody's got Giardia. Everybody's taking the nastiest diarrheas that they ever have. The whole family by proxy, because adults, like, he does not know how to adult. Don't wash their hands. Well, they're not washing their hands properly. That's the problem. Has Papa gotten wrapped up in this drama? Probably. I mean, he always talks about everything, especially drama related. Personally renamed Giardia to Gallia. Don't ask me why. We should word filter that. Yeah, except we're not an image board, so I don't have that technology. But you know what technology I do have, chat? I have the technology of the bonus content. Wait, I'm supposed to change this, Narwhal said. 62. Okay, it's supposed to say 60. Wait, is that the song? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 62? Is that the song? I am really good at Blitzball, by the way. I got super into that that game, that mini game. But But it turns out, like, I just wish they'd done more with it, because it actually, I don't know. It's, some shit needs to be nerfed. It's too easy. 64. Wait, is it supposed to be 64? Did I get it wrong? Is it actually, did somebody do like a super sticker for 2 that I missed? But either way, yeah, we got so many good super chats here. Unlimited tea, where the tea is pouring free. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it's time for me to use this technology to cure my ADHD and to tell you about the opportunity for cool things to happen during the stream, right? So cool things can happen during the stream. It's somewhat up to you. For instance, chat, did you know that a butterfly could appear in my hair? How does that happen? That happens when we get 5 more super chats of the teal variety or greater. So I think it's larger than $3 US and some change. It's basically 100 Thai baht, you know, which is about the price of a cab ride around here, right? For the price of a cab ride in Thailand, you can put a butterfly in my hair. And we've got 5 of them so far, even though it says 4, just consider it 5. I will put the butterfly in my hair when we hit 9. You still got to hit 10 if you want to get the confetti, but 9 will be enough. Well, 9 will be sufficient to put the butterfly in my hair. So let me know when we get to 9, and I will do that. Right. So that's one goal. The other goal that we have is for bonus content, right? That's this number right here. We're at 62 out of 100. If this number gets to 100, yeah. Do I live in Thailand? Absolutely. I mean, for now, I don't know how. I don't know about the future. Basically, I am trying to live anywhere but America. Also, who has this Skeletor? I didn't realize Skeletor was like stroking it two-handed. Like, that's some serious like Skeletor really and he's like, Skeletor really wants to get it on his face. Wow. He's like, make my skull drip. No, chat. He's got He-Man in one hand and She-Ra in the other. Oh no, chat. Oh my god. No. Oh my god, chat. That's just... No. We gotta go. We gotta stop talking about stuff. That's weird. Okay. What is that? USA holes emote. Is that like a... Is that Charlie Brown as Mario from Donkey Kong? I'm sorry, Jumpman from Donkey Kong. I know his name wasn't Mario yet. That's a pretty cool emote there, Omega Star. Screwworms are a flesh-eating parasite that can kill a cow in about 2 weeks. One person got a screwworm overseas, but it was diagnosed after they got back. Oh, wow. It doesn't sound real. ADHD is winning tonight. Yeah, ADHD, we should have that as a bonus option, right? But no, instead of that, we have a number of bonus options up here. You can also vote for them in the poll. If you haven't already, it's the poll on YouTube. nocommentchick, or youtube.com/nocommentchick is where that poll lives. If you want to go vote, go do that. Watch me on whatever platform you would like to watch me on. But if you want to vote, the vote is on YouTube and YouTube only, right? So anyway, if this thing gets to 100, I will cover the top vote getting option, right? And let me tell you about the options. All right, so as far as options go, we've got Destiny's Doxing ring. Yeah, Jay Stalk has a video talking about Destiny having, I guess, doxing discords, which, look, I mean, it's the most open secret in the world that Destiny's DGG has splinter discords, right? Not the Destiny. There's also a Destiny Discord, but for the really very like the cloak and dagger shit that they do, they keep that off the Destiny Discord. They do that in separate Discords. You could call them splinter Discords or whatever. A lot of I'm sure that people have made allegations that doxing is going on in these Discords, and like Dan, Destiny's best friend, and former pod host until he put that podcast on hiatus, Dan Saltman, has been associated with some of those unsavory activities. Really, though, that's probably also to keep Destiny's hands clean, because who is it that's getting doxxed? It is Destiny's enemies, real or perceived, that are getting doxxed. Most recently, I believe Queeman and J-Stalk may have been victims of this. I can't say for sure. Again, this is all allegedly. 67 of you have voted so far. You're choosing Destiny's Doxing Ring. That's the number one choice so far. Second place, we have Bad Empanadas Slop Tuber Civil War. Bad Empanadas got a new video talking about how the slop tubers are at war. I've been covering this for a while now. You know, the fact that there are DGGers like Pisco and Straighteraid that are very much against Destiny and his takes and what he's doing. And you know, they have a very grounded, very based view of the Hassan Ethan situation, right? So, you know, you've got that going on. Obviously, after Destiny is caught with, you know, he's caught red-handed. I don't know what metaphor I'm trying to make here, but right, he's caught texting NSFW with a minor. You know, a lot of people are gonna drop him, so there's probably even more people, former DGGers that have left the flock. There's definitely a civil war going on, and then you've got people adjacent to the commentary community like Queemon, Chud Logic, and J-Stalk, and also I'd add a name to that, Augie RFC, an old school commentary guy that disappeared for a while and is now back. But yeah, there's more and more. There's like I guess the anti-Destiny side of the conflict is kind of filling up now. So that's going on. Bad Empanadas covering it. I could cover that. 22% of you are voting for that. Third place, we've got Asmongold's incredibly shrinking audience after the Twitch purges bots from its platform. Twitch itself, chat, I think I understand, has gone down in views about like 23% or so is the last I heard. So, you know, there were a lot of bots on Twitch. There's probably even more bots on Kick. There's probably bots on YouTube. There's definitely a lot of bots on X, right? Reddit, you know, hello, right? All these platforms that depend on how many likes does something get, how much engagement does it get, are botted to the fucking gills. And with Twitch, it's even worse because Twitch is a kingmaker system. The way that Twitch works is a kingmaker system that there's no algorithm that's like, oh, you like this Twitch streamer? Maybe you like this Twitch streamer. Nope, that doesn't exist in Twitch, right? What does exist is a series of there's like a front page, and then there's there's categories for streams, right? And the higher your concurrent viewership is, the more visible you're going to be in any of those things, right? So people bot. In order to keep their numbers high, in order to get real viewers, they have to put in fake viewers, right? So now we're seeing what some of those audiences look like without the fake viewers, and they're much smaller. So, right, it's a big problem. It's going on everywhere. Twitch has finally done something about it. Of course, you know that bots are made by programmers, and programmers, they do be programming, so they will probably try to find a workaround to try to create bots that do not get purged from Twitch. So, you know, I don't know how long it will take for the bots to be back, but they most likely will be back. So that's what's going on with Asmongold. And then we've got Professor Dave. Chat, Professor Dave got me through basic chemistry, did he have, I don't think he had his organic chemistry videos out. Yeah, he was slow with his organic chemistry, but he got me through a lot of my science classes, and he's a great science communicator. He is not a scientist himself. He is a professor, he is a teacher, and now he is a YouTuber, right? With a pretty big audience, like 3 million or so, 3 million, 4 million subs on Professor Dave. And look, he does all of his videos like teaching you principles of chemistry and such, the stuff that I used to watch, right? But those aren't his big videos. His big videos are going on and like debating flat earthers, debating conspiracy theorists, going after people like Eric Weinstein, who is, you know, basically Peter Thiel's I don't know what you want to call him, like an anti-scientist almost. He like basically Eric Weinstein is like, yeah, these scientists don't know shit. Listen to me, I'm an autodidact. I taught myself physics, right? And it's just the most embarrassing, cringeworthy stuff. Anyway, we were talking about this guy, Chris Langan, I think is his name. He markets himself as the smartest man alive. He purports to have a 195. Yeah, Sabine is on the payroll from potentially from Peter Thiel. From what? Yeah, he has a theory of everything. He does. These fuckers always have a theory of everything. But yeah, especially Eric Weinstein. But anyway, yeah. So that's an interesting topic as well. And yeah, the smartest man alive, right? And like it's embarrassing when you watch an interview. Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire did an interview with this guy and did not call out his fucking obvious bullshit. This guy is sitting there telling you, blowing smoke up your ass, that he's the smartest man in the world, and like half of the shit that he says, and then I prayed to God for the knowledge to, I don't know, it's wacky stuff. He may be on the opposite side of the bell curve as far as intelligence goes, which, you know, always remind people intelligence is a multi-splendored thing. Just because you're smart or good at one field does not mean that you are gonna have the best takes in another. So, you know, I'm not trying to be reductive in saying that he is maybe the opposite of a smartest man. I'm just saying this guy's cringe. Professor Dave takes him down. We were talking about him the other day, so I thought I'd throw him up on the poll. There he is in last place, right? So again, 70 votes so far. Make sure to make your voice heard if you have not already. This is the number that decides whether we get bonus content. If it gets to 100, we cover one bonus topic. If it gets to 200, I stick around, not sit around. I will be commentating, obviously. I stick around and I cover the top two bonus topics. Now, what gets them to the top? Well, the first thing is your votes. So yeah, like I said, make your voice heard. Right. The second thing is that this number has to get to 100. And again, the things that make this number go forward, the things that make it advance, the things that make it go up, are when somebody does a super chat, if you do a super sticker, if you get yourself a membership, if you gift memberships to other people, right? Which is how we get more weasels, right? Which right now we have 170 weasels, right? If you support me on Throne right now I'm still crowdfunding for the Vietnam trip, which is coming up in less than 2 weeks. In less than 2 weeks, I gotta get my ass to Vietnam and go for that ED passport at the Thai embassy. So if you want to support me, help me out to pay for that trip, it's right there at throne.com/nocommentchick. You can also, if you sign up for my Patreon, this number goes up. And if you support me on Twitch, this number goes up, which you can do for free if you've got Prime, right? If you've got Prime, basically you've got a free sub to use on Twitch. You can hook your Prime, Amazon Prime membership up to Twitch. And since Twitch is an Amazon company, they'll give you a free sub. You can use it on the streamer of your choice. If that streamer happens to be me, you will get subs in my chat. You will get all the emotes, all the jellyfish, and they're animated. That's why so many people, look at that. We've got almost as many Twitch subs as we do YouTube members, even though Twitch's viewership is a little bit smaller, even though those subs cost twice as much money. Well, you can get one for free by using your Amazon Prime if you have it. Yeah, like I said, you can also buy yourself a sub. It is $6. It costs twice as much as a membership, but I guess it gets you those animated emotes, which people seem to really like. Or if you gift subs or throw bits my way, that will also make this number go up, right? So the number going up is what gets us the bonus content. It's what makes the candy bar come out of the vending machine. But if you want to kind of like shake the vending machine to make sure you're getting the candy bar that you want, right? You know, you can let me know when you donate which of these topics you want to see, and I will put your money, that's right here, where your mouth is. I will turn your donation into a percentage. I will add that percentage to the topic of your choice. So if you want to like add a little extra, add a little buff to the topic of your choice, make it more likely that that'll actually get selected. In other words, like shaking the vending machine to get the chocolate bar. You know, people like different chocolate bars. You've got like Almond Joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you definitely don't. You want a Mounds. So you might want the candy with the cookie crunch. That's, I believe, Twix. Or you might be a Dick Vein person, in which case you're going to press Milky Way. Narwhal by Nature says 10 for Professor Dave. Gotcha. All right, so thank you for helping me show everybody how that works. All right, Professor Dave debunks the smartest man alive. Look at that. It goes from 0 to 10. So that means that at the end of the stream, you know, that'll get like 10 extra added to it. The Cookie Crunch is pretty irresistible. I've always been a Twix girl myself. The other thing that's nice about Twix is you can eat a Twix and you can eat your Twix and have it too, right? Because there's another Twix in the, there's two Twixes in the Twix packet usually. But yeah, that is how the bonus goal works. At the end of the stream, I see if we're at 100. If we are, we get one bonus topic. If we're at 200, we get 2 bonus topics. If we're at 300, then I get to cover 3 bonus topics with you. The way that we choose those is a combination of the votes and when people donate and put their donation towards a specific topic. So I think I've explained that well enough. The other thing I want to do to start us out is to thank my Patreon, which I try to do twice a stream, in the beginning and in the end of the stream. I give thanks to my Patreon. People always ask me what's the best way to support the stream. Really, it's like whatever's most convenient, right? I've got a million different ways that you can support me, because some ways are easier for some people. Some people literally cannot super chat, like YouTube won't let them. So, you know, it doesn't make sense for them to, you know, support me that way. You know, they can do it in a different way, right? But, you know, so I always just say, you know, whatever's easiest for you. But when people really press me and say, like, I'm an effective altruist, all right? I want to know, like, where does my money do the most good? Okay, so in other words, which thing does the platform take the least amount of your money out? Which way does more of the money go to support me? And those 2 ways would be on Throne and on Patreon, right? So I'm really thankful for people supporting me on Patreon. That is a great way to support me. In fact, if you support me at the $5 level or greater, you get a fancy shout out at the beginning and end of each stream. Let me do those now. Shouts out to Oral's Ellipsis. Shouts out to Temporal Insanity. Shouts out to Steven Sayers. Shouts out to Funky Monkey. Shouts out to Sarah. Shouts out to Nadia Yvette. Shouts out to Moe Noe. Shouts out to Jules K. Shouts out to JMB. Shouts out to Izzy Mandius. Shouts out to Infallible Fowl. Shouts out to Good for Gabby. Shouts out to Emily French. Shouts out to Direful. Shouts out to Choky. Shouts out to Buffy Geek. Shouts out to Big Owl. Shouts out to Animus. And a fancy shout out to Zara Xerix, to Rachel K, to Crystal Saphira, and to Omega Star. With that being said, chat, I feel like it is about time to get started with the stream, because we do not have all day. Let us start maybe with Adam McIntyre. Let's take a look at what Adam McIntyre's got here. I'm gonna pee really quick too. So, please don't sue me, Adam McIntyre. I just have to pee. All right, let me put this on, and I will be right back.
You really? Oh my.
That's Destiny. Oh my God, that does. I just like. Let's press the right button here.
Okay, we've got to talk about Ethan and Destiny.
More cowbell,
everyone, because
be right back.
Goodness gracious me. There's so much. Ethan has written his love letter goodbye to Destiny. Destiny is, you know, responding and, you know, calling Ethan out. Ethan made a video on Destiny. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. And it's just insane. I think it's important to start this video that I know we cover things to do with Ethan. I don't want anyone in my comments being like insinuating that just because I don't like Ethan, that I like Destiny. Let's please get that first and foremost out of the way, because that is not the case, whatever. But this is honestly insane and is like filling my entire feed right now. So basically, if you do not know what happened, I just want to kind of cover the basics right now. So Ethan made this video, or I guess it's a VOD on their channel. And of course, the title and thumbnail changed an absurd amount of times. But right now, it's at he's 100% done. And it's obviously Ethan and then Destiny in the background with jail in the thumbnail. And again, this literally was titled and thumbnailed so many different times, as H3 are like currently doing. They have like love in that little like workshop, like going crazy with A/B fucking testing on the different titles and thumbnails. So anyways, this is the video, and it was responded to horrifically by the H3 audience. So for a little too long to read, the reason that it was responded to so bad, and I don't know if anyone has been on the H3 Productions Reddit. I'm not talking about any other page. I'm talking about Ethan's literal Reddit. The one that, you know, they reference all the time and Ethan gets all of his information and data from. The biggest, what do we call it, y'all? We call it the biggest snark page of all time. Of all time. It is the biggest snark page of all time. There's never been a snark page so big. Never been a snark page so big. Many are saying that it is the biggest snark page of all time. But anyways, they have been turning on Ethan and the crew so fucking much because of this. It's insane. And as you can see, the dislikes on it are huge. The comments are calling them out. The comments are being heavily filtered. Like, this video was a really bad decision for H3. And the reason it was a bad decision for H3 is in this video, you know, Ethan is calling Destiny out for his interactions with minors. And the thing that Ethan didn't take into consideration is that, you know, Ethan in the past had, you know, quite a left-leaning, you know, audience. And over the last couple of years, obviously, he has been, you know, treading back to those old kind of content that he used to be making and that old kind of crowd that he used to have, which is the more, you know, right-wing, more, you know what I'm trying to say here. And the problem is, because he's been, you know, pandering towards that side of the internet now, and, you know, he's in this really, like, hateful side of the internet, he garnered a community of people that actually like Destiny. And his audience now is people that like Destiny, because that's the audience that he's been pandering towards. So when Ethan makes an exposed video of Destiny, his audience, which is also now Destiny's audience, turn on him. So it's crazy. But anyways, he made this video, and the response, like I said, is not good at all. And then Destiny ended up responding to it. And let's get to this. And then Ethan ended up responding to Destiny. And now what's really crazy is Destiny is really coming for Ethan here, right? He's really coming for Ethan. And Ethan is responding in a way I've never seen Ethan. He is being so submissive. He's taking it. And it almost kind of makes me feel that, like, maybe there's a world in which maybe Destiny has something on Ethan. I don't know. That's literally just me theorizing. But it's crazy that Ethan has came for people like me, or people like Frogan, or people like Hassan, or people, you know, all these different people. He's came for all these people, myself included, for much less. But whenever it's, you know, Destiny, he's willing to get on his hands and knees and, you know, turn around and get his ass spanked a little bit. So let's talk about Destiny's response to the video. Okay, so Destiny posted this right here. Almost everything in this DM is wrong. Willie Mack is running cover because he wants to get in with the boys again. 911, sorry, let me back. My OBS wasn't recording. And Ethan is trying to distance himself from me because he's too weak to deal with Hassan's attack against him, using me.
Oh my god. Would you mind me rereading this, Where's Sandwich? I need all the Irish. We need all the Irish we can get. Wait, I know nothing of Irish sandwiches. Does Adam eat sandwiches on stream sometimes? Adam's production value is impressively high considering it's just a cowbell. I mean, cowbells are impressive. This guy who got harassed by a subreddit, yeah, amongst other things, also got harassed by Colleen Ballinger back in the day. Are All right, let me read this Destiny thing, just catch up to where Adam's at. Also, Adam, thank you. I really needed to pee. Thank you. Anybody who helps me pee, like chat, I'm like Jolene in part 6 when Weather Report evaporates her pee because she really needs to pee, but they're in the middle of a battle. You know, you can't exactly pee during a battle, but if your boyfriend is Weather Report, you know, he has the ability to turn liquid into clouds. So, you know, instead of having, you know, your pee just go everywhere, you've got your pee gets like evaporated into a cloud, right? Which is very convenient, very convenient. Anyway, that's how I feel right now. I'm not sure what Adam's stand is, but I'm sure it's awesome.
As a
Wait, what did I say? Okay, almost everything in this DM is wrong. Willie Mack is running cover because, oh God, fuck. What is he responding to? Usually I take the phone with me and just watch there, but I guess responding to the Willie Mack video then? Willie Mack is running cover because he wants to get in with the boys again. The boys? The cabal? Is that who we're talking about? He's not gonna get it. Like Quimon and Augie, which I guess is what's left of the cabal. I don't think want to have anything to do with Willie Mack. 911, sorry, let me call back. My OBS wasn't recording, lol. What the fuck? Oh shit. Okay, I get it. Yeah, because he shoots his video and he's calling he's talking to the cop, like, right, he records himself making a police report after having talked to Destiny, after Destiny basically implied that he had CSAM on his PC. My OBS wasn't recording, lol. And Ethan is trying to distance himself from me because he's too weak to deal with Hassan's attacks against him, using me as a vector since he has literally nothing of substance to contribute in this arena. Hassan's lack of intelligence is his biggest insecurity that no amount of finasteride, oh wow, hair dye and bathtub photo shoots will compensate for. I have no CSAM on my computer, says Destiny. I've only complied with legal obligations for my court case. The 60 gigabyte screenshot was related to a claim that the Rose person made, someone whose name and birth date have yet to be reliably confirmed. Ethan is literally reading off revenge porn leaks of mine, giggling and coughing because he's too lazy to use his inhaler. Oh my god, no. Like a Arsler child. See, this is what Destiny's community actually thinks about Ethan. They think it's funny for Ethan to cause problems for Hassan. They think it's funny as hell, you know, if he gets Twitch streamers demonetized, but in reality, they don't think very highly. They don't really think very highly of Ethan for the most part, right? That had absolutely nothing to do with the Rose League, any reference to R or orgies or anything else, literally in the context of DMs with a 26-year-old British woman. Yeah. So this part is true, right? Some of what Ethan was showing in the initial video. Did we cover the initial video, chat? Did we cover the initial Ethan video? I don't remember. That might have not been as interesting as some of the other content, right? Let me know in chat. If we didn't cover that, I'll go back and cover it if you want me to. But anyway, yeah. So, you know, he shows DMs that are actually with a 26-year-old British woman. I'm not sure who that is. It doesn't matter. But the one where they're like, he's like saying something about making her go down on him, and then, you know, in the car, and then like dropping her off at her family's house so that she goes in and says like hi to her parents with a mouthful of yeah, I don't know. But anyway, apparently that was a 26-year-old. That wasn't Rose. Never DM'd that Rose person on IG in my life. Yeah. I think Peter said, you just shared NSFW with the Rose person. That's all. You just shared NSFW of and with a person that really does seem to be a minor. Really does seem to be under 18. Yeah. Otherwise, you remember he meets Rose when she is selling NSFW pictures of herself on Twitter under a hashtag that Destiny confirmed that he knew probably contained, some minors, was probably used by some under 18 people. And, the whole thing is if Rose was over 18, she would very likely have been on a platform that age verifies, where, that stuff is way more monetizable than it is on Twitter. I think Peterson was right. Peterson, okay, not Jay Peterson, not the guy from Seinfeld, right? Jordan Peterson, said that Ethan's fans would tear him apart or something. You, Zionist and genocide supporter in the United States with loyalty to Israel first, and Ela, genocidal idea. Obviously, Destiny doesn't mean these things, right? Genocidal IDF maniac, night raiding innocent Palestinians in the West Bank because she wasn't seeing enough bloodshed at her desk job, writing pardons for the IDF. It's kind of fun to see these two tear each other apart. Writing pardons for IDF, our rapist, deserve all the CPS calls and all the dog shit eating claims. Wait, no, it's not a claim. God damn it! Do I have to show this again? Do I literally need to get the dog shit clip out again? Like, this is not a claim. This is not something people made up about Ethan. This is a situation that he described himself. Like I said, he could be exaggerating the situation for comedic effect. But either way, he described his kids as being in a very bad situation, in which case he was not able to keep them from getting infected with his dog's parasite, right? And talked about them like rolling around in the floor, and oh yeah, of course they're gonna put the dog shit in their mouth if they're, what are you gonna do? Right? Deserve all the CPS calls for dog shit eating claims and everything else. You deserve zero sympathy from anyone else on the internet. I still think there is like a 50-50 chance this is kayfabe. There's a 50-50 chance that he's just doing this for Ethan's benefit, because his career is kind of cooked, and I think he's more invested probably in the revenge on Hassan, right? If Ethan goes down, then that vessel that he's using to get revenge on Hassan becomes unviable, right? And it's an unworthy vessel to begin with, right? Ethan Klein is like, if that's your last best hope, you're kind of fucked, right? He's no Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let me just put it that way. All right. Help me, Ethan Klein. You're my last chance. And obviously Destiny and his community do not think too highly of Ethan either. That doesn't mean that they're not invested in using him to go after Hassan, though. Quick to turn around and rely on the same snark shit that you've been plaguing for? You've been plaguing for it? Years? That's been plaguing you for years. Thank you. As soon as you think it's beneficial, I hope your prior maid takes you for a milli in her lawsuit against you. Oh yeah, I forgot about the lawsuit. The maid lawsuit is
himself from me.
For anyone else watching, you should assume every single influencer, person you made it on the internet, is a terrible human being with zero values or principles. See you tomorrow for stream. There we go.
Because he's too weak to deal with Hassan's attack against him, using me as a vector since he literally has nothing of substance to contribute in this area. Hassan's lack of intelligence is his biggest insecurity that no amount of that hair dye or bathtub photo shoots will compensate for. I have no CSAM on my computer. I've only compiled with my legal obligations for my court cases. This 60 gigabyte screenshot was related to a claim the Rose person made, someone whose name and birth date have yet to be even reliably confirmed. Ethan is literally reading off revenge porn, leaks of mine, and giggling, coughing because he's too lazy to use his inhaler, like R-worded child for DMs that have absolutely nothing to do with the rose.
Oh wait,
So
yeah,
Rose,
yeah, good point. Hassan literally has gray hair. So does my dude at 33. It's me. I'm doing it. I'm the stress. Oh. Yeah, wait. He's got, yeah, gray. If he was gonna die, if he was afraid of showing grays, he would be like Matt Walshing his beard as well, right?
is the person that people, including Ethan, are talking about when it comes to Destiny. Any reference to R-word or orgies or anything else was literally in the context of DMs with a 26-year-old British woman. I've never DM'd that Rose person on Instagram in my life. I think Peterson was right. You, Zionist and genocide supporter in the United States with loyalty to Israel first, and Ela, genocidal IDF maniac night raiding innocent Palestinians in the West Bank because she wasn't seeing enough bloodshed at her desk job writing pardons for IDF are...
I mean, he does sound angry in an unhinged way. I mean, it does feel like he's out, like he's not really making sense here.
words.
He's ranting. Is it hot in Ireland too?
So, by the way, when we're about to read Ethan responding in a very submissive way, it's really intriguing to me that Destiny is saying all of this about Ethan and his beloved crooked wife Ela, and he's responding in a nice way, but he attacks and harasses people for less. Kind of implies to me that there's something more here. I don't know. I'm theorizing, but it genuinely doesn't make sense to me that Destiny would run with all of this, and Ethan's responses we're about to read is incredibly submissive. Incredibly submissive. Let's continue.
Like I interpret it as being Ethan trying to be the bigger person here, but I mean, yeah, I guess it could be. So when Adam says submissive, yes, Pearl Salamanca, you're on it. That's the implication. That Destiny's got something on Ethan, meaning that Destiny can go off on Ethan, but Ethan can't go off on Destiny. I guess that's another possibility. I thought it was just that Ethan, I mean, it is, honestly, it's a good look. Do you think so, chat? Like, this exchange is kind of a good look for Ethan. Because he's doing the one thing that he never does, which is acting like a fucking adult. Like, in the response, he's also admitting to the fact that he may have been the very first DGGer, chat. He was a fan of Destiny's before Destiny was full-time, right? That is like 15 years ago or something, right? That's a long time ago, right? Ethan's been a Destiny fan forever, so it kind of shoots to hell the idea that Ethan's never heard of Destiny, he's got nothing to do with Destiny, you know, that there's not a coordination, at least, you know, a secondhand coordination through Dan Saltman, who I've already told you is kind of like Destiny's point man when it comes to the sordid, like underground, you know, Splinter Discord effort to dox and harass all of Destiny's real or perceived enemies. Adam is probably still heated from the H3 campaign against him all these years back. I mean, H3's, I mean, it hasn't stopped, Rooster Rick. Ethan, you know, definitely goes after Adam still from time to time. He's just trying to manipulate his audience. This isn't Ethan being an adult. I'm just saying it comes off as that, right? I think that Destiny in this tweet sounds unhinged. I think that Ethan sounds more, you know, just grounded, right? I think it's a, you know, if you compare the two, you know, if you're, say you're a fan of both, right? Because that's the real question. Who gets custody of the kids, right? Does, you know, now that Destiny's been exposed, are some of the Destiny... No, I can't imagine a DGG or chat. Like I said before, the reason that Ethan's not going to get Destiny's audience is that Destiny's audience is like fucking middle-aged edgelords. And yeah, like I said, they think of Ethan as literally the R word. kind of wonder if they didn't have an agreement to create some distance. That's what I'm thinking. That's my first inclination, Uzoop. That's my number one theory right now. But I'm wondering, because they are doing real damage to each other, and yet Ethan admitted to being a long-term fan of Destiny. He didn't need to do that. The only thing that achieves is making it seem like he's not the one who's mad, lashing out, and out of control. And I was saying that like that might have some effect in like the, you know, who gets the kids, who gets custody of some of the viewership that might be up for grabs. Oh yeah, that's Do we Pair of Salamanca, put a pin in that, because Ethan is going to bring that very question up. And what's wild, Pair, is that I've said that as well. I've said literally that I think it's weird that he's the second rather than Junior. Now somebody in chat explained to me that you call your so like if your dad, and this is only with men, right? I don't think they do this with women, right? I don't think this like, I've never heard of any, you know, a woman being named like the second or Junior or whatever. But if your dad names you after him, if your parents name you after your dad, right? You have the same name as your dad, and then you would be Junior, right? Or if your dad is like named after your grandfather or something like that, then you'd be like the third. That's rarely used. Maybe more used in like wealthy families. It's kind of associated with wealth to some extent. You know, I mean, it's associated with monarchy originally, right? But you know, to the extent that you see somebody that's like the third, the fourth, the fifth, or something, it's usually wealthy people. But somebody in chat said that, let's say you're not named after your dad, you're named after your grandfather. Okay, so then maybe you'd be called the second rather than Junior. Junior maybe only applies to somebody that's taking their dad's name. You can choose Junior or the second. My uncle isn't a Junior either. I grew up with a Junior, but they didn't call him Junior. They just called him like little, like his dad's name was Bob and his name was Bob, right? So there was Big Bob and there was Little Bob. Big Bob was the dad, Little Bob was the son.
You guys deserve all the CPS calls for the dog shit eating claims and everything else. You deserve zero sympathy from anyone else on the internet when you're so quick to turn around and rely on the same
What?
shit.
I've dated a lot of thirds, and every single one of them was a humongous tool. Oh my god, you almost got me excited there, Funkmaster. I thought you said had a humongous tool. No, you're talking about what? Okay, so that's definitely not good.
That's been plaguing you for years as soon as you think it's beneficial. I hope your prior maid takes you for a milli in her lawsuit against you guys as well. For anyone else watching, you should assume that every single influencer person you meet on the internet is a terrible human being with zero values or principles. See you tomorrow for stream, okay? So, keep in mind, this is Destiny's response to Ethan's video on him, okay? That Ethan's own community are not responding too well because Ethan's audience is now a bled over audience of Destiny supporters because Ethan has been perfect.
And chat, let me tell you, this is where it gets messy, all right? If the drama that I'd gone through was somebody that I didn't have audience overlap with, I mean, there might have been a few people that thought that I didn't treat them well and left my community. There could have been people in their community that thought that they were, you know, mean to me, didn't like them, like doxing my mods, except didn't like the you know, the Godfather stream they did, like threatening my mods. But you know, it would have been limited, right? The reason that it was such a big deal is because of the audience overlap. That really puts you in a place where people, you end up forcing people to choose sides.
Typically curating that type of audience for the last couple fucking years. So Destiny gave, like Chatter saying, punch after punch. What do you think Ethan Klein's response to this was? Because I can't fathom it. I cannot fathom that this is Ethan's response to that. Okay? Everything about him, everything about Hila, talking about the CPS call, talking about dog shit, talking about the fact that you rely on snark, all like this, talking about the IDF, talking about calling you a Zionist, talking about Hila, going on, like all of this. What do you think Ethan's response was? Steven, you are a very smart and funny guy. I've been following your career for a long time. Also, I do also want to stress that when I see posts like this from Ethan that are this long, I honestly believe that they're written by ChatGPT. Sorry, I keep always messing that up. And it wouldn't surprise
Isn't GPT like a drug?
me, considering that Ethan says he gets his research from ChatGPT. But anyways, Ethan responds to Destiny's post with, Steven, you are a very smart and funny guy. I've been following your career for a long time, since you were cleaning carpets in between StarCraft 2 games. I saw you transition to streaming full-time, which, as someone who was also working a 9-to-5, I find really inspiring. Okay, I don't fucking get it. I really don't fucking get it. I do not fucking get it. How dare Ethan Klein try to blow up any other scenario with any other person, right? And do manic Instagram story after manic Instagram story after manic Instagram story about people like Frogan, Hassan, Taylor Lorenz, me, Kat Tambarge, Denims, anyone, okay? And he exposes Destiny, all right? Or he talks about Destiny and allegations. Destiny responds to Ethan's video by completely obliterating Ethan, his wife, and everything. And Ethan's response is saying how much he inspires him and how he's been following him for a long time. And also, I just want to note as well that this was tweeted by Bad Empanada, who tweeted, Ethan's been saying he doesn't even know who Destiny is for a year. Now he's saying that Destiny inspired him to start YouTube.
Adam and Kate are besties. Who should I make besties with, chat? Real answers or fake answers? Who should I become besties with?
I find it really inspiring.
I feel like Taylor Lorenz, right? You know, if I was friends with Taylor Lorenz, I'd really have some firepower in my corner. Bad Empanada?
Soon after I
don't think Bad Empanada has friends.
Took that same chance on myself.
I can fix him, yeah.
In part by you to become a full-time content creator.
I don't think he wants friends.
Responding to all of what Destiny said with, you inspired me to start social media. Hassan warned him about Destiny ages ago, mind you. Yes! Like Laura from Cat's Eye. Yes! Later on, I came around to your political streaming content, a genre you pioneered. What is going on? What is going on? I honestly...
Okay, now I get why... Yeah, I mean, this is weird shit. It's not matching tones, all right? And we've seen Ethan lose it on people, mostly women or queer people. But yeah, I get why this is like setting off Adam's spidey sense. However, I am not sure that like I don't see evidence that Destiny's got some nuke on Ethan, right? And that Ethan does not have, you know, like, right. So that's what I think that's what Adam's implying here, is that Destiny's got the goods on Ethan. Ethan doesn't have shit on Destiny. That's why the response is like this. Oh my god, chat. That watermelon was so good. I needed that. I needed that so bad. I am now cooled down. I'm now feeling way better. But the reason I don't think, well, I mean, you're gonna see in a second what Ethan's second. I mean, we saw. Have we? Did I get? Did anybody answer? Have we watched Ethan's first video, or did I just skip that because I thought it was because I thought. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's bad. It's cringe. It's definitely got some comedic value. Have we watched it? Have we watched Ethan's first video on Destiny? I'm not talking about him just like talking about it on. It's so confusing too, because the whole thing that is bugging me about the way that Ethan does his VODs, right, which are videos, right? I don't know why he calls videos VODs. He has VODs all the time, right? Those are actual VODs, like the copies of the H3 podcast. That's a VOD, right? But he's now calling his videos VODs too. Another thing about them is that they're fake. They're not live streamed. They're specifically done so that Ethan is not live when he's saying things with high stakes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Ethan wants to win, all right? When you're going up against somebody else in drama, you have to be very focused. You want to say only what you need to say, and you want to say it in a way that's, you know, entertaining, intelligible, and that actually, you know, will have people siding with you. And so in that effort, what they've done is they've said, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to only do the stream on 2 days. And, you know, outside of the show, we're going to record videos. And you'll see in his new video, like, you got the crew there. It feels like a live stream. So what I'm saying, chat, is it feels like similar to what Brett Cooper was doing that everybody hated her for, right? The fact that she makes her content look and feel like a live stream, and it's not. It's recorded to tape, and then it's edited. It is not live, right? When you're live, there's no net, all right? If you fall, everybody sees it. And you know, if you're in a drama and you fall, it will be clipped and spread all over the fucking internet, right? So the stakes are so high. So Ethan's like, the stakes are so high. We got to do this perfect. We got to cut out my coughs because I don't think people are taking me seriously because of my cough, right? And I think he's focusing on the wrong thing. ChatGPT is based on learning from the internet info up to 2022. Destiny should be known to it. No need to use that tech. I didn't realize it was limited at 2022. Ethan and Dan Saltman being besties for a long time, that makes sense, but not Steven. I don't think they were besties. I think it sounds like Ethan was an old school fan of, I mean, the way that he's talking like one of the original, like he was like one of the original DG, like, I mean, he was fairly young. We're talking about like 15 years ago, chat. People forget this because, you know, Ethan is 40 and he looks 55, but in reality, 15 years ago, Ethan would have been 25. And as he said, he hadn't even started on his, maybe even early, like, I don't know when this was, right? This was forever ago. He's talking about the very beginning of Destiny's career before he went full time, when he was an esports guy, Root Destiny, I think he was called, right? If you're a StarCraft player, you're often called like the clan or the what is it called? The team, the esports team that you're on. So he's on Root, and he's Destiny, so he's Root. It's kind of funny because they do something similar in Muay Thai, like, right? Sometimes your fighter name will be a reference to the gym that you train at, or the crew that you train, the teacher that you train under.
Cannot understand it. You've had such a long and accomplished career that anyone would be grateful, extremely proud of.
Google Ethan is DGG confirmed Reddit.
Why is this Ethan right now? Literally the Sabrina Carpenter fucking album cover. Destiny and Ethan. I honestly do not understand it. I truly cannot wrap my head around it. You've had such a long and accomplished career that anyone would be extremely proud of. I'm genuinely sad about the great potential that you had and for what was thrown away because vices took over your life. So by the way, from here to here is just absolute dick writing. Isn't that crazy? More than half of this response is dick writing. As a parent, you know the implications and ramifications of chatting with a 15-year-old. You know how a teenager looks up to an adult they admire and how easily they can be manipulated. So if Ethan really cares about this as well, why is this coming after Ethan's talking about how much this person inspires him and he finds him funny and smart and following his career and he looks up to him and he was the reason he wanted to start streaming and doing full time? Like, the time for irrelevant jokes is over. You need help. This is a long pattern of sexual deviancy with teenagers. I hope you take the time to understand what inside you is missing and why that would urge a grown man to...
I like hate how he talks about it. This is not about sexual deviancy. Whatever the fuck that means, right? This is about, yeah, inappropriate interest in minors, all right? That's the problem. He's not oversexed. He's not a gooner. It's not like there's nothing else that's like, you know, wrong with him except for the fact that, you know, he's willing to, I don't know, target fucking minors.
Flirt with a 15-year-old. Well, Ethan, it's probably going to be hard for him to do that considering more than half of this is glazing him and saying how incredible of a human he is. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen Ethan do. He's trying to come at Destiny and be like, you're talking to 15-year-olds, you know the ramification, but by the time you get to that point, in your head you're like, well, Ethan's basically telling us that, you know, Steven's a good guy.
Ethan is all about poisoning the well, so he might be telling them that he's a fan, old fan, to justify his involvement with him. Yeah, he's a predator, not a deviant, yeah.
I am not taking pleasure in any of this. It's all very sad. I do hope you find that help and peace you deserve, because children deserve better. Okay, I don't know about all of you, but I am truly... I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get that this is only in the last half. I truly, again, the stuff he's saying about Ethan and Hila is some of the most intense things I've ever heard people say about them. And Ethan's response is that you inspire me. You have a career anyone would be extremely proud of. But Ethan has the nerve.
I've definitely seen content creators do this stuff, right? And the idea is to appear above it all, right? The way that Ethan is talking right now is like a content creator who, you know, gets in some drama and wants to appear that like they're not the one, like when the situation is like, you know, well, who like attacked who, right? And you want to portray that you are not the one starting the shit. You are not the one that you know, the blame the fight on the other person, basically, is what seems to be the strategy here.
Spend his entire days probably not looking after his kids, but posting on his Instagram story about everyone else. I don't get it. It doesn't add up to me. And if something doesn't add up, then there's something more to it. It's truly what I believe. I have no proof about it, but I don't understand why he would glaze Destiny like this. Maybe a scenario was that he uploaded that video on Destiny and his subreddit, Ethan's, turned against...
Wait, Ethan wrote a nice comment to Brad Tasted Music when the domestic violence charge became public knowledge? That is another strange ass kid. That's weird.
Against him, that he was literally fighting with his own subreddit.
Well, I mean, like that one's clear, right? That, you know, at that point, like, based on Brad's audience, they're going to be up for grabs. You know, a lot of Brad's audience is going to be leaving, right? So I guess that the motivation there makes sense. They're already sad that their favorite content creator is a, you know, it's a fucking monster. And I don't know though. I don't know. It is weird. It is really weird.
Which again is the
But yeah, what's the common thread? Both guys, right? Brad tastes in music, Destiny, compared to how he treats Denims, compared to how he treats Frogan. I mean, I guess not so much compared to, oh geez. I don't know what's going on with Ethan.
what page of all time, chat? It's the biggest what page of all time? Snark. That he's maybe backpedaling a little bit now. So before he gets to talking, before he doesn't, you know, turn on the point of him talking about Destiny, talking with 15-year-olds, maybe he's trying to like soften the blow to his newfound Destiny audience as like, Destiny, you have a career that anyone will be proud of. You inspired me. All this before he then like gets back to the point that he made in this video, so it doesn't look.
Yeah, I mean, based on what Adam's looking at, I get why he makes this conclusion. We'll see what we think when we watch Ethan's response. Chat, can somebody tell me, have we watched an Ethan video? Like an Ethan pre-pack? Here, I'll just put it on. I'll put it on as the next thing, and people can let me know if you're like, we've already watched this, because like I feel like I should have probably watched this with you, but I don't think I did. I had no idea Ethan praised Brad after everything came out about him. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I guess I have to look at the comment to know for sure, Neko Goulet, but I'm trying to figure out where he's coming from there. I didn't play it before. Okay.
He's backpedaling entirely. I don't get it. They've never seen a Snark page so big. They're saying it's the biggest of all time. So, before we kind of put a bookmark in this, because I'm sure we're going to have to revisit this, to you guys watching right now, what do you think is going on here? Ethan be like, I will build the biggest Snark page, massive, huge. What do you actually think is going on here? Because it doesn't add up. We've experienced Ethan come at us for nothing. We've actually had Ethan make stuff up about us and then go on manic spirals about it. We literally have someone attacking him here so intensely, and he's like, I love you. It's literally a goodbye love letter he wrote. He's glazing Destiny because most of his fan base is now Destiny fans. He realized that his audience is only Destiny fans. People are saying he's scared of his fan base. He's scared of something.
I've also heard people say and play something. I'm going to bring up the Reddit thing that you suggested next. But yeah, so people are saying there's like a bit of a civil war in the Destiny, our Destiny subreddit. You know, like a big portion of our Destiny people are like anti-Destiny now, and that also in the Ethan one, there's some dissension now.
It's interesting. And if anything, it has made me now just be like, oh.
Wait, Ethan does this sometimes. He finds vulnerable, canceled people and tries to save them so they become soldiers for him. I mean, I don't think, yeah, that doesn't really wash with the Destiny thing. Although, like I said, this could be kayfabe. This could easily be kayfabe.
Oh, please. Oh, who is she? Like, if Ethan's gonna have the audacity to try come for anyone at this stage, I'm like, wow. You don't care about people coming, talking about Hila doing raids. You don't care about people calling you, you know, genocidal deniers or Zionists. Because actually someone called you all of those things. And more, actually. And you're like, goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. It doesn't add up.
That post is 2 years old. Damn.
To me personally. And clearly all of you. Actually, before we go, guys, does it make sense to you? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's gotten to the point where even Adam's community cannot fully keep track of what's going on, right? Even I'm not. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've been covering this thing pretty closely. I've got a little bit more insight, maybe than Adam does, because it seems like he's got his, he's kind of watching like multiple things here, but I still like, as far as like who's on what side, right? I don't entirely know. I don't entirely know. I need to do more research to figure that out.
No, it doesn't.
Nor Hassan, nor.
Oh. We will leave it there. Goodbye.
Professor Dave. Okay, that's the potential bonus content. All right, so speaking of bonus content, let me take a look and see where we're at. Butterfly, we've got 1 hour left to try to muster 5 more teal super chats for me to put a butterfly in my hair. And then, whoops. $82 of you have voted so far. We got a sleepy chat tonight for sure. So only 82 of you have voted for so far on YouTube. Of those 82, 41% are voting for Destiny's Doxing ring. What is the Destiny Doxing Discord story all about? That's a J-Stalk stream. Then 27 for Bad Empanada Slop Tuber Civil War. And then 18% for Asmongold and 13% for this guy, Professor Dave. We're at 62 out of 100. Again, I'll stick around and cover another topic if we get to 100. I'll cover 2 topics if we get to 200. What do you think happens if we get to 300? That's right, chat. 3 topics. 3 freaking topics. And I've done it before. So that's where we're at now. Now, somebody sent me, Play Something sent me this and is reminding me also that it is, 2 years old. But this is a confirmation, I guess, from DG. This is the Destiny subreddit here. Ethan DGG confirmed. What's this about?
Somebody said Destiny was talking about you. He claims you won't talk about him because of Hassan. Is that true? No. I mean, I never talked about Destiny even before. Before I was friends with Hassan. He's just never really come up on my radar. I mean, I've seen his content, to be honest. I've seen mostly on TikTok. I see Destiny like debating red pill people and stuff, and in general, I think it's good. I like what I see on TikTok. I understand that him and Hassan are not homies, to put it mildly, but I'm not like on an embargo or anything. It's just I'm just doing my thing. Destiny is weird. I used to be a big fan of his when he used to play StarCraft.
There it is.
Before I ever started, way before I started a YouTube channel. So it's kind of funny now that I wouldn't say our paths cross, but just to hear about him in that context. I will say what he said about me in the context of the Amaranth thing was really fucked up. He goes, he's lying that he got Amaranth's permission to talk about this, and then when she made a statement saying Ethan got my permission, he goes, that he made her lie. It's like, dude, why are you trying so hard to be a dick? I didn't. That's awesome. But to be honest, I don't really have negative feelings on Destiny. I don't. I mean, I just don't care that much. Yeah.
So look, the reason that he's getting these questions is because if this is he's talking about Hassan, right? So this is, I guess, during leftovers. This is where Destiny's community made like a calculated gambit, right? They saw Hassan as the co-host of an Ethan Klein H3 political podcast, and they're like, that should be Destiny. That should be our guy. Why is he with Hassan? Why is he with Hassan? And so this is where the community infiltration started. And by the virtue of the fact that this shit was posted, 2 years ago onto the Destiny subreddit, right? You can see that, very likely the person posting this could even be the person in the comments that Ethan is responding to, right? They literally with other communities, like, this can be like organic, right? But with the Destiny community, like I said, there's a ton of splinter discords that they sort of plot in, and so yeah, the origins of Lolcow Ethan.
See, there's a lot of people that don't like him in comments. I guess he's a very polarizing figure. He was in StarCraft too. He's just kind of a douche, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. You know what I mean? It's just his personality.
He's a good douche, yeah. Sometimes you need a douche. Sometimes you got the not so fresh feeling, and Steven comes along like a summer breeze and just feel way better.
I'm not a. I mean, someone said, "Are you a Fallen fan?" That's funny. I don't know. I don't think so, because I just watched him in StarCraft and then didn't think about him forever, and then saw him talking about politics on Twitch a few years ago. YouTube's crashing every 5 minutes. They don't believe me.
It's a members only stream as well. Summer Steve. Oh my God. Wow.
Not Amaranth. I'm sorry. Alinity. Was it the?
That's good, Neko.
Yeah, it was Alinity. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Yeah, that was super fucked up. I was like, why? Why would you assume I'm lying? And then when she says I'm not lying, you go, oh, he made her say that. It's like, come on, dude. You don't have to try that hard to hate. But it's all good. Actually, for the amount of people that I genuinely don't like on the internet, he's not really topping that list. Where were we? Oh yeah, I was reading donos. Somebody said Destiny was talking about you. He claims you won't talk about him because of Hassan. Is that true? No. I mean, I never talked about Destiny even before. Before I was friends with Hassan, he's just never really come up on my radar. I mean, I've seen his content, to be honest. I've seen mostly on TikTok. I see Destiny like debating red pill people and stuff, and in general, I think it's good. I like what I see on TikTok. I understand that him and Hassan are
okay.
not
We're going, yeah,
homies, to put it mildly, but I'm not like on an embargo or anything. It's just I'm just doing my thing.
It is looping. Yep. Sorry about that. Let's see. So Ethan Klein is coming for Destiny's neck. Looks like Jace Talk's been covering this. All right, I'm gonna give you wait, I can't tell. There's here. I'm pretty sure we haven't watched this yet. This is a Destiny clip.
Not like weird, like almost like like they've gone through puberty, teenagers. 16, 17. He just wants to 16, 17-year-olds. It's not Giardia, technically.
What the
Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoken
Maybe we watched the Ethan. Yeah, maybe we watched the first Ethan video via Destiny.
inappropriately with other teenagers 3 or 4 times. Not this one in particular.
That person was in there. That person was like 26 years old. What? Also, can we just say how incredibly f***ing weird and creepy? If he thought, just think about how weird and creepy it is. If he thought that these were f***ing porn texts back and forth, why the f*** is he reading it off on stream? Are you f***ing crazy? That's so f***ing weird. What the f***? Oh, my good friend.
Lots of on Ian for being a total dope, idiot, weirdo. Lots of Destiny follow-up, which we're shooting in a VOD. That means a VOD on demand. We'll be shooting after this episode ends to be brought to you post-haste. And thank you to everybody for enjoying the VODs. Everybody's, people are turning around on the VODs. They're saying, we love VODs.
They're doing wonderful things with the VODs.
The VODs these are the best VODs. Lots of shitting on Ian.
I hope CPS takes his kids. I'll say it. I do. And I hope they cry about it. And then CPS can for my kid. And then CPS can take Dan's kids. You know what? All of our children at the end of the day will just be fostered by Child Protective Services. Okay? And then we can all relieve ourselves. He's just going to be a rehash of all every other video made. God, it's so crazy how this retard, as he's spamming on Instagram and coughing and dying of whatever diseases he has, is telling me like, oh, Destiny, I used to like you so much and you need help and blah, blah, blah. It's like the exact shit that Hassan was doing to him. Good memes. It's all good. I like it. I love the attention.
A Destiny update video.
Uh-oh.
Which, does anyone care? Like, bro, you did that shit.
Okay, so this is from the stream on Monday. Yeah, he's watching a clip via his 16-year-old stalker friend. I don't know what we want to call this guy. Yeet, awkward 2000, whatever. It's on the nose. Yeah. This is
Anyone care? Oh, they're so happy. Oh my god.
Wait, but I mean, see what this does though? Like, if Ethan is saying that Hassan and Denims and everybody, they're like laughing behind the scenes, they're like, ah ha ha, I hope he gets his kid taken. Like, that's what they're trying. Obviously, that's not what's happening. Obviously, Denims, said don't call CPS. Hassan said explicitly you should never call CPS. There's no world, I believe these are his exact words, there is no world in which those kids are going to live a better life if they're taken away from Ethan, was Hassan's exact words. So even if he was 100% serious in the Giardia clip, which we probably need to watch again if somebody wants to. Do we have that? Actually, I should have that on. I should have the Giardia clip as a favorite or something, right? What is the Rainbow Galaxy background editor? Where is this from? This is from, so yeah, not exactly like Hassan, but similar. There's a number of clips channels. I would assume they're run by Destiny fans. This one's called Destiny DGG Clips. It's a very small channel. But, they've basically clipped out and made more watchable. Because you saw what happened when we watched Destiny's VOD chat. That is some of the, like I wouldn't be surprised if my numbers dropped while we were watching Destiny's VOD, because it is 90% dead air. I don't understand what the attraction is. I don't understand how it works. The only thing I can think of possibly is that people are putting on Destiny while they're working on their homework, while they're doing, I don't know, it's almost like a co-working environment is what it feels like, more than a live stream.
God, all the guys in the cuck chairs finally have somebody that they can laugh with Ethan about again, because they've been too much of a fucking spineless fucking coward to say anything about their actual cum source Hassan for the past year while Ethan's been going with it on stream. Oh, how cute.
That's so right. The whole crew is just can we get some more cum from Hassan, please? Can we I need to glaze my donut, right? I can't eat this donut without any glaze. Can we get some? Can I dip it in the last of the Hassan cum? They're licking the bag. Oh my god, chat.
On over now. I will be your shared enemy that you hate. That's fine. I hope that
I don't think that's how H3 crew works.
Rabid DGGers don't hack their accounts again. Like, what was it? That Star Killer, the AB guy, when he was caught posting in the snark subreddit, and then he was like, I think it wasn't actually me. It was a DGGer hacked my account. What the
And did we? I don't think we did. We cover part of that.
fuck? None of us even knew who the fuck this guy was. What? I still don't even know half the crew on this show. I only know this guy's Dan because I have a Dan, and they're both called Dan.
I have a Dan.
Like arguing the semantics of like, actually, it's called a hebephile. It means I just want to teenagers, not children.
Who's even arguing any of this? You called me a pedophile, and now you're saying that if you fuck a 19-year-old, it's the same thing. There's a difference between.
To be fair, he's basically repeating things Hassan has said. You know, that's you know. But I mean, this is like what there's like also a comedian like that's got a clip that's like where he was like trying to go into all of that, and the joke was the problem with disambiguous dating, actually, like, this is a pedophile, this is a hebephile, this is an ephebophile, is that you can't explain that without sounding like a pedophile yourself.
Being a pedophile who fucks kids, okay? Something that your country, Israel, is notoriously known for giving cover for. Pro-Palestine, I need an Arabic, a Shahid or Rahid or whatever it's called, song button on my soundboard, okay?
Like, is that really the conversation we're going to be having here with Destiny?
Who's having the conversation? Just don't accuse me of shit that you have no idea about. How hard is that? How hard is that? Like, I like all these others, like, why do we even have to talk about it? Why don't even, like, bro, you're the one who's reading down my fucking Kiwi Farms thread on your fucking show. What the fuck?
Actually, I didn't have 60 gigs of porn. Only one picture. I actually only had one video of porn. Actually, I don't know if you know this.
Save it for the video.
I don't feel like making it.
This is
It's
good
so
material.
fucking dumb.
Okay. Wait, good guy. What, like, who's forcing you? Who's the person who is forcing this guy to make videos about me? There's got to be, like, some super controller of all the people behind the scenes, and I just need to get connected to that guy. Like, who's controlling Hassan? Who's controlling Ethan? Who's controlling everybody to hate me? It's a deep state conspiracy. Ugh! Bring up his Boston bombing vid.
No, it's probably somebody from Twitch Poll, right? Movers and shakers.
Why? What happened? Also, yeah, history alert. Ethan is the product of a ebibibophile relationship, okay? Because his dad was 21 and his mom was 6.
We definitely haven't covered this yet, have we? I don't think we've covered this. Somebody sent me this on, if you're in chat, let me know. Somebody sent me this on Blue Sky, actually. I think the clip that Ethan's about to show, sorry, that Destiny's about to show.
16 when they met. That's confirmed.
Buttons are open.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Ela wants Ethan to make a regularly edited video about Destiny. We're about to see that. But like I said, they're doing something different, right? Like, you know, and I don't know, it might actually work. I mean, they're like I said, these are basically fake VOD clips. That's what Ethan has come up with, right? Like, you know, he tried out doing just little talks in his basement on the Ethan Klein channel. He tried out making full production videos that, you know, take a lot of time out of his schedule and cause him to neglect his kids. I don't know, you know, with the nuke and stuff like that. And now what he's trying is basically faking a stream clip. Basically, you know, he has the... I'm guessing this goes on like before or after the live show, where they sit down and they, you know, act as if they're live, and they make a video, and then afterwards all of the coughing, all of the ticks, everything gets cut out of it, and, you know, it gets edited together. I think it's actually worse than the quality of most of the stream clips. But the reason they're doing that is so that Ethan doesn't accidentally say something stupid on stream that's going to get him in trouble. Because, chat, at this point, not even the button can save. Not even the button can save Ethan.
I was 16 years old here.
Wow, look at you guys here.
Dad's 21 and I'm 16.
Dude, if that happened today, bro, you would know.
Wait, I wonder if that was a Destiny fan that sent me this on. I wonder if a Destiny fan sent me this on Blue Sky. I don't know. I didn't recognize the account. I don't think it's any of our regulars, but
I know.
Trouble.
I know.
Look at your
21 and
monitor, though.
16.
Well, you know what? I was more mature than he was.
Dude, 21 and
Cosmopolitan.
16. Were you guys having a
None of your business.
What? What?
go? Did you guys,
Not
feel the
till
deal?
she was 18.
Yeah.
Not till she was
course.
18.
We were in love.
Almost.
Oh, you lie.
I love how nonchalantly she's like, oh no, he was definitely in an inappropriate relationship with me. My husband's a fucking sex criminal. By the way, I'm his victim. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god. This is the thing about boomers. It's like they like I guess this was normalized, right? This was not considered, like, nobody freaked out when a 21-year-old was dating a 16-year-old. Right? Nobody freaked out. And they don't realize how this sounds now. They somehow think, oh no, it's okay, or somehow, like, because they're still married, it's okay. Like, I don't know. Wow. She was proud. She was like, oh, I was definitely having underage with 20-year-old her 20-year-old or her anyway. Wow.
Just saying.
I'm happy to go home.
I know Willie Mack is making an update where did he post? I don't know. He's making an
I
update
guess
video.
I'll check it out.
He's gonna lay it all out.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
Exactly.
Actually, this text message was with somebody else. I've only spoken.
People did freak out, and it wasn't normal. It's just, well, I'm not saying it was okay. I'm just saying, like, a lot of boomers don't see the problem with that, right? And when you just get somebody on a live broadcast, right? And the dad is, trying to kind of cover up what actually happened. But the mom is just like, oh no, of course we messed around when I was 16, 17. She's not, it's like they gotta be like, shh. If they had the button chat, that would have been pressed. I just want to be clear that my grandparents were both 20 when they met in the 50s. Did you hear his dad has a model saved as Ela on social? Wait, as sexy Ela has a model? I'm sorry, his dad has a model saved as sexy Ela on social media? Why is Destiny in the sky like a fucked up Cheshire cat? I think that's the editor. I think that's this DGG Clips channel, right? It's not how he streams. I showed you what his streams look like yesterday. But people, will take the elements of the stream and they'll kind of remix them to make it more watchable. They'll cut out the hell out of the, there's so much dead air on that stream.
Inappropriately with other teenagers 3 or 4 times. Not this one in particular.
That person was in there. That person was like 26 years old. What? Also, can we just say how incredibly fucking weird and creepy? If he thought, just think about how weird and creepy it is. If he thought that.
So there is a model that looks a lot like Ela, and Ethan's dad saved it as sexy Ela. Wait, there's a professional model. Okay. When you said a model, I was like trying to figure out, you mean a VTuber model? Like what, like a AI thing? Like, I didn't know what you meant, but there's a girl who looks like Ela that he follows who posts sexy pics. No.
These were fucking child porn text back and forth. Why the fuck is he reading it off on stream? Are you fucking crazy? Like, if you legitimately think that these are inappropriate conversations between an adult and a minor, why are you gooning to the material on your fucking stream? That's so fucking weird. What the fuck?
Bro, you're fucking cooked. You're a creep. You are a sexually deviant fucking creep with a clear, persistent pattern of trying to fuck, flirt with, sex with, fantasize.
Pattern? All of my major dramas are with older women, even. How old was Lav? Or was Lav?
Oh my God, look at this cope. I've had scandals around women who were of age. Let me mention some. Let me distract. Let me change the subject. Here, talk about my other scandal. Oh my God.
I don't know. Fuck, maybe everybody lies about their birthday. Anne of War was fucking my age, right? Like minus 2 years.
I fucked someone who was my age. Well, 2 years younger, but still. Yeah, wow. I guess you're... I mean, all of this out of Ethan saying that there's a pattern here. And there is. Like, there's a pattern. And it's not just with Destiny. I told you, it's with all debate bros. Like, they love this fucking edgelord kind of behavior. They love this idea of like pushing the fucking norms or you know, arguments like, well, okay, so you're telling me that when somebody is 17 and 364 days old, that's a crime, but at midnight it magically changes, right? They'll say that to make it sound like it's ridiculous for you to have a problem with me, you know, hooking up with the person speaking, hooking up with a minor, right? This is classic debate bro fodder. It's still gross at midnight. I think so too, Scurvy. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is they think that society is moving in a way towards, I don't know, like unlimited increasing, you know, permissiveness. I guess that's how they interpret, like, you know, gay rights and trans rights, is society's being permissive now. This like gross and aberrant thing that used to be, you know, punished by law and then, you know, by social mores is now okay. So maybe their, you know, thing, which, you know, was used to be like maybe they will. I mean, this is the whole minor attracted person thing. This is the whole like trying to tack like, you know, PDF onto LGBT, right? That you'll and usually it's a right winger trying to imply that LGBT people like eventually want to make, you know, like they're gonna incorporate like LGBT Z for zoophilia and P for, you know, right? Like they'll usually use that as a smear against LGBT people. Sometimes you will see like PDFs or, you know, other people try to you know, sort of tack their movement onto LGBT, but he doesn't realize it's actually going in the opposite direction. People are becoming not like more permissive of adults' relationships with like minors, but less permissive of relationships in which there is a large age gap, and the, you know, one of the people in the relationships is on the very young side, and there's like a power imbalance, right? They're truly going to be the people that time forgot.
Was she lying about her age? Who are all of these? What the fuck?
It's about minors. Just admit that you're that, and people defending Destiny, just admit that you're cool with that. You can keep watching Destiny, you can keep being a fan, but we don't need to argue the semantics, you know, of it. Just admit that he's a creep and that he wants to f teenagers.
If you want to call me a creep, okay, then fine. I don't give a fuck. Call me a creep. I don't give a fuck. Why would I care? Okay? If you don't call me a creep, that's fine. But there's a huge difference between creep versus predator pedophile. Like, you have to understand. There's a big difference between these two things, all right?
Not like weird, like almost like they've gone through puberty, teenagers. 16, 17. He just wants to fuck 16, 17-year-olds. It's not pedophilia. Technically.
What the fuck? What?
Technically, it's only...
Where are all of these other girls and people coming from? 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds? What are we talking about? Does he have like a fan fiction that he's writing in his mind of me?
Ethan's going to answer these questions in his video from today.
Only pedophilia if they haven't hit puberty. I actually want to f women, or I actually want to f little girls who have hit puberty but are still under the age of consent. That's my preference.
I would have more respect for the defenders if they were just like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay, someone said, Ethan, you shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's because you support 9-year-olds getting fucked, right? Isn't he Muslim or whatever? So your opinion is obviously not very relevant here. Thank you, dipshit.
Super Hot Fire should sue. Somebody get Deshaun Raw in DMs, right? I don't think this clip should be used like this. I think Super Hot Fire should register this clip with the Library of Congress so that some statutory penalties can be applied to Ethan. Honestly, like this is malpractice. This is content. I'm sorry. I guess he wouldn't be suing Destiny. He'd be suing Destiny's the DGG fan editor here.
You shouldn't exaggerate the Destiny claims. Okay, so I'm making this video.
Old and horrifying video of H3H3. I don't want to do this.
Hey guys, watch your hands because you're gonna get cut up on this one here, guys. You can scar me. This girl over 2,000 reflex.
Jesus Christ! I don't even know what this is. I don't care. Stop. What? Stop. Wait. What is the context for that?
Nigga wants to fuck
Oh God, no! This one again.
that shit, boy.
Watch it, please. No. He's gonna play your greatest hits in his new video. It's just gonna be a reposting of all the. I'm guessing from Ryan Beard's.
That's pretty prescient of you, Steven.
Video or whatever. Did you see the video ABBA
Spoiler.
did covering the drama? I did. It was fair. I had to pay him like $50,000 for that video though. But I don't even know if
It's supposed to be 20K.
because I don't even know if ABBA is defending me in that video or if ABBA just hates Ethan a ton. So he's just like aggressive with Ethan. Like I feel like everybody that makes videos and talks about any subject matter in this entire community of online people, it's really just a matter of like how much do they hate the people that they're talking about. And then everything else becomes like secondary to that. Oh my God. The politics of youth. Charlie Kirk versus Hassan Piker. Shaping the minds of Gen Z.
So jealous. So jealous, chat. He's still on his shit. Wait, let me show you this if I can. If we go to Destiny's channel, get the obligatory
The trans athlete is going to do a lot to like foster a lot of really bad will.
obligatory dogpile debate from 3 years ago. All right, look at what he is advertising right now. Check this out. Don't miss out. The tickets are going fast. It's the West Coast leg of the Pangburn anti-Trump tour. I don't know what the fuck Pangburn is, but your chance to debate me, Stephen Bunnell II. Yo, I wasn't going to debate you if you were Stephen Bunnell the first, but since you are the second, I can't resist. I literally must. I must debate you, Stephen. So now, now, what do you think the comments look like? Let's take a look at the comments here. Saw Destiny at a grocery store in Miami. Oh my God, this one is way too long. Effort post. Okay, let's just get bringing my wife's kids to the show. Epstein, are people above 18 allowed? Good question. A good thing he kissed the wall. My man can escape to Israel, free to Israel now. Can he debate a judge on contents of his hard drive? Good question. That Bo Burnham montage, Absolute Cinema. I don't know what that is. That video was fucking excellent, start to finish. Wait, what? You love kids, bro. No one's gonna see you, Chomo. Wood chipper. Yeah, little. I don't know. They're gonna. He and apparently other people that have had inappropriate relations with children online are gonna be in the same cell together, right? Will you be checking hard drives upon entry to the event? I don't even know what that is. Stephen Ambatukam? I don't get that one. There's one person that's like seriously responding to this out of a sea of other people being like, hey, he was awesome at the under 18 Tel Aviv show. Is it an under 18 only event? Get a free private photo link. Destiny for the wood chipper. They're literally saying to wood chipper this guy in his own comments here. Next Avenger movie is Destiny: Age of Consent. In prison or yeah, like Denver. There's another real that seems to be like a legit fan, like excited about the tour. 60 gigabytes. I mean, he's just getting completely. This PDF is allowed in public. Destiny's mods are censoring the comment section, which is funny. Going to that extent to defend a guy who publicly self-snitched during a lawsuit. Wait, you guys are so brain dead? You make fun of Trump supporters for being a cult, but no matter what Destiny does or says, his loyal fans are always ready to protect him. Is Andrew Wilson allowed? That's Big Papa fascist. Wait, what? But anyway, Destiny is jealous of the fact that he has been this tour, right? And the previous leg of this tour as well. This is all designed to try to get Charlie Kirk, to try to like shame Charlie Kirk into debating Destiny. And it has not worked, right? They went to Turning Point USA in the first leg of this tour. And then their credentials got canceled, so they ended up sneaking into Turning Point USA. I think Destiny ended up debating, I can't remember who it was, but some red pill guy. But yeah, he really wants to debate Charlie Kirk. He can't. Hassan has had that opportunity just fall into his lap, even though Hassan definitely does not pride himself as a debater. So yeah, there we go. That's some jealousy. Jealousy, ha.
What, bro? They didn't Photoshop this, right? Who's gonna win in your opinion? I think they're gonna mostly agree on things.
Any of I want to get to security gear.
I saw NCC in a grocery store in Thailand, and I said how cool it was to see her.
But very quickly, if
was that the grocery store with the elephant that I had to give snacks to?
Russia is allowed to keep any of the territory that it illegally seized, what message does that send to China? Does it give China a green light to invade Taiwan? Does it give Russia a green light to invade other European countries, which is what your European allies are concerned about?
Well, first of all, the Ukrainians are going to ultimately make the determination about where you draw the territorial lines in their own country. But Kristen, this is how wars ultimately get settled. If you go back to World War II, if you go back to World War I, if you go back to every major conflict
yeah, remember in World War II where they said, well, the Nazis have fought for all this territory over here, so yeah, they should probably keep. Oh wait, no, they invaded Normandy instead. I'm sorry, Chad. I was mixing it up with some other war.
Human history, they all end with some kind of negotiation. We're actually
wait. Why would you choose the
of all the wars? Yeah,
worst two. World War I ended with like 3.
You could have said Korea. You could have said, you know, Vietnam, although obviously the war continued after the United States pullout and those negotiation, and the country was reunified.
Great empires literally collapsing. World War II ended with a complete utter annihilation of countries. What are you talking about? Why would you use these examples?
Actually not active parties in the negotiation. We're effectively mediating. We're trying to mediate the Ukrainians and the Russians to come to
like the negotiations, like there were such, like, yeah, we negotiated twice.
I don't know why this clip doesn't make sense. I was thinking maybe that he got pulled back into the Ethan thing afterwards. Here, let's just write it out at 2 times speed.
With Japan. Like, what are we talking about? Jesus Christ.
Some agreement. If the Ukrainians are willing to say something on territory that brings the conflict to the close, we're not going to stop them. We're also not going to force them, because it's not our country. We're trying to play a constructive role. The president is trying to play a constructive role to bring peace to the region, but he's not going to force these parties to walk through the door. All he can do is open the door and ask them to negotiate in good faith.
Then what are we doing there?
A huge drop in.
I saw this last night.
A huge drop in view.
Oh, Charlie, you're such a pussy. Just say the names. Just say who it is. Just say it. Just say the number went down. That doesn't mean that they did it. Just say the number. Like, why is he? Just do it. Is this the reason why people like him and hate me? It's because I'm the one that's the asshole?
Over the last couple days out of nowhere, namely OTK.
What the fuck? Why would he say me? I hate this guy.
It's gotta be a joke, right? Like, you watch the full VOD, he's like laughing afterwards, right? It has to be. It is. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's the Asmongold story, by the way, which is part of our bonus content. Let me check out what's up with that. Okay, it looks like we're still at 5 out of 10 on the super chats. We have 23 minutes, so that butterfly goal is going to expire and disappear forever in 23 minutes. We're at 62 out of 100, which is an impressive start. However, it has to be 100 out of 100 or else no bonus content. So we've got a lot more to watch, but we're at 62 on that. We have Destiny's Doxing Ring still in first place. Second place, ooh, look at that. Wow. Anyway, Bad Empanada Sloptuber Civil War is in second place, but Asmongold Shrinks after Twitch bot purge is only 1 point behind him. So that Asmongold has gotten a lot more motion behind that segment since I checked last. And yes, Professor Dave is last place at 13%. But remember, Professor Dave has got an extra, what is it? Is it 10? Yeah, an extra 10 points. So remember that, you can affect the poll the same way that you can make the number go up. Super chats, super stickers. If you get yourself a membership, if you gift a membership, if you support me on Throne or sign up for Patreon, or if you support me on Twitch, any of those allow you, not only do you get to make the number go up, and it's what, 30, we're only 30.8 points away from bonus content. So there's a decent chance tonight that we'll get some. Not only do you make that go, not only do you get us closer to bonus content, but you also have the ability to do what Narwhal did and tell me, which of these topics up there, right? Which of these topics you want to see as the bonus content, and you'll actually be able to add your donation as a percentage to the topic of your choice just by letting me know when you donate which of these topics you want to see. So let us now, and the butterfly goal is the one thing I wanted to. I never give people enough updates apparently about the butterfly goal, but yeah, it's at 21:15 right now. So if you're interested in having a butterfly in my hair today, then make it. You'll have to be snappy with the super chats. But anyway, let's see. So I kind of want to show you that. I want to take a look at the ABBA thing. Oh yeah, the other thing I got to remind you of. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. That helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate that. Also, I've got the on Twitch and on YouTube, I've got the link to the Blue Sky thread pinned. So if you want to go over there, hang out, write some comments, post some memes, maybe even give the thread a like or a repost, you can do that just by clicking. It's up there on the pinned. And yeah, let's get to the let's take a look at this ABBA thing. I've heard so much about this. I don't know what. And I'm watching this specifically, chat, because Ethan talks about that response that we just saw from Destiny, as well as ABBA's response to. I think it's just ABBA. I think they're doing videos like I think they're doing some videos separately now. No, it's both. It's both. It's ABBA and Preach. Okay. I was wrong. So 6 months ago, we got a video called Destiny Bridge Burning, right? Since the revelation of the lawsuits. I don't know if they decided to burn the bridge back then. I feel like we've already watched that one. Let's see what ABBA and... Do these guys copyright claim? I forgot. Let's hope not.
If you're unemployed, but unemployed, YouTube's not a real job. Now, with today's topic, our favorite girl, Destiny, Hassan Piker, and Ethan Klein. Ooh, yay, unemployed behavior. Guessing that shit right in Prodigy. Allegations of CP. Allegations of Hassan sharing nudes of women. What the hell is going on? This all started when Hassan said that Ethan Klein's wife is a valid...
Oh, interesting. So the same way that, Destiny's threats against Hassan became part of the story about, Hassan's clip talking about Ela, right? And that pissed off Ethan because he wanted it just to be about Hassan bad, right? They are pulling in the Ethan's favorite current favorite smear against Hassan. They're pulling that into the into this drama about Destiny's. So this is very similar to like what you'd see from a lot of DGGers, right? When Destiny does something that's indefensible, they'll be like, but look at what Hassan did. That's pretty much the same thing, right? He got sent nudes, and when he was opened up his DMs, people saw them on his phone. That's pretty much the same thing. People saw a thumbnail of a nude that got sent to him, an unsolicited nude that got sent to him. And that is the same thing as Destiny sharing the NSFW videos that he took having sex with different orbiters to a third party in order to entice them to be interested in sex with Destiny as well. So you can see already the sweeping is starting early, 27 seconds into the video chat, and we're already sweeping.
Military party.
The Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids.
Hila, who's Israeli, was part of the IDF 15, 20 years ago, participated in some raids. As a result, that's why he's...
Wait, I'm sorry, we're bringing that into... How does that relate to Stephen sexting with a 17-year-old?
In the comment. Yeah, that being said, Coconuts in Barbados. Comment goes viral. Hassan gets a lot of bad press for it. Destiny reacts. He gets in the chat room to some spicy things.
Wait, what? That's a Coconuts in Barbados is like a Fresh and Fit reference. Has anybody followed Fresh and Fit? I think that Fresh got kicked off the show. I saw it recently and it looked like there was a new guy. It looked like there was have they broken up? What's going on with them? But yeah, I think Coconuts in Barbados is a reference to Fresh.
Things. I honestly think you could perfectly justify attacking.
I don't know what it means. Probably it sounds like it could be racist. I don't know what the meaning of that is, but
murdering Hassan IRL for statements like this. And this is where things, start to heat up a little bit.
Destiny has nothing to do with what Hassan did to me. I don't know anything about what Destiny did. This is not a three-way situation.
I didn't even know anything about this. Apparently, Destiny, in response to Hassan's essentially calling Ela a valid military target, I guess Destiny, who's a total fucking dumbass, who again, we had a flawless victory here, and this dumbass went there and gave Hassan the ability to cry and be the victim,
right?
Which he did. Now he's been on his Instagram stories being like, oh my God, I'm getting death threats, you guys.
Yeah.
What do we get? This is unbelievable. We need to do something about it. It's like, oh, you don't like it when people give death threats to you? That's fucking really interesting, dude.
And if you aren't aware, Destiny's been making an effort to try to build a bridge with the H3H3 people because they both hate Hassan now. So it's a good little thing. And Ethan's like, yo, I hate you. All right. Destiny doesn't really care about optics. Other people do, so they get annoyed when he says goofy ass shit or shit he thinks is dumb. Now, this is where the allegation.
This is not some goofy ass shit that Destiny said. This is not about Destiny's behavior on stream. This is about Destiny's behavior in his Discord. With people with somebody that he found through a Twitter hashtag that he himself has said he suspects minors to be posting NSFW in.
Of Destiny being a CP owner.
Fresh was fully deplatformed after the whole baby situation. Really? Like what? Deplatformed as in they kicked him off because of that? I thought it was that Fresh was starting to talk back to Fit, and the whole arrangement is that Fresh is supposed to be the beta male and Fit is supposed to be the alpha male, and so that they Fit would not allow that
come into play.
I reported Destiny to the police. This is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There's almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that time. So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she was 19 and in college at the time. And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started. Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bro, there's been allegations at least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her? He replies, I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important/relevant conversations. He continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, lol. I don't know if it counts as hiding/destroying evidence. And I reply, talk to a lawyer, that seems crazy to me. Who keeps this sort of stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not? Isn't that something you want to confirm? I continued, you just let me know you have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged that she was underage. You still have them. Do you see how this is? So now I've confirmed that this guy has child...
Wait, sorry, Coconuts from Barbados came from a clip where he wasn't listening to the conversation and randomly responded with how he would pick. Oh, geez. He was just zoned out. And his response was about, I mean, I get that it's not an easy thing. Don't you have to like climb up the tree usually to get the coconuts? Like, it's a little bit dangerous, right? And even after you get the coconut, right, you gotta hack into that thing. Depending on the age, like if it's a sprouted coconut, you could pretty much like get a big butcher knife and just chop it, right, and then open it up, because what you're after is like the meat, or the germ of the coconut, basically the little baby coconut tree that's growing in there. But if it's a let's see, if you want to keep the water, then you got to be a little careful. You usually shave it. You shave all the green part off of it, and you make it so that it's got a point at the top, and then you chop like here, you chop there, you chop like a little square around the point of the coconut, and then you can kind of get your knife in there and like pry it open, and then pierce the coconut meat, and then the water, which hopefully is not fermented, or the you don't get like one of those blue coconuts, right, or the purple coconuts, right? But yeah, it is harder than it sounds, but that's a weird thing to respond with.
Computer.
Okay, I think that's a good gist of it. Calls the police, reports him. Now they're saying the guy owns CP. So as this comes out, Ethan hears about this, and so you don't have to be very unemployed to keep up. But Abba, how did you comply? Nigga, I get paid. So they just start reading off his chats with this alleged 17-year-old, according to them.
Now I'm going to warn you guys. This is going to make you want to die. So he's talking with her. She said, gotta watch it on mute. He sent her a video. Gotta watch it on mute. Family and kids all over the...
Oh yeah, 11 minutes and 45 seconds left on the butterfly goal.
...place here in our house. He said, yes, ma'am. And then he said, if you can, give me a discreet vid of your little feets. But also, it's definitely doing a little age play.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with the purple... yeah, what I'm talking about is when you cut into a coconut and you open it up and you can see the... there's like a little, like a purple film on the meat inside of it. And I just don't eat those, but I'm not a coconut. I didn't grow up, with coconuts, so I don't know if those are bad. I just kind of assumed that there was some kind of mold or something.
Can I see your little feet? A secret video of your feet?
Little feet.
Okay, you guys ready?
Now, I'm not going to let them say the whole part without you guys having the greater context. They're trying to allege this something involving an underage person, but this is with someone who's 26 years old. So when they see little feet, they're just attributing to the fact that Destiny's talking to like a child or something like that, or someone who's underage, but it's a 26-year-old woman.
She says to him, my parents are super, super strict. Don't do this.
Okay, so here we go. Here's with the sweeping. Like, right? This screenshot. So Ethan's mixing up the screenshots. Ethan's seeing the Instagram messages and assuming that those are with Rose, right? My understanding is that the Rose messages are either on Discord or Twitter DMs, not on Instagram. So this is a 26-year-old apparently that he's...
That. Don't go there. Don't talk to me. So when you're like...
I think Ethan just picking stuff up from Twitter, though, to be honest.
Oh, my parents don't let me do anything fun. It's like, oh, you're a kid. His response is this, and I will read it verbatim. He says, well, fuck. It would be so hot to drive you home from a date and make you me off in the car. I'd love to send you inside your parents' house after making you swallow a full load from me.
He knew she was a child and liked it.
He knew he was a child and liked it. Mind you, this is a 26-year-old. People are like, well, what kind of 26-year-old lives with their parents? Immigrants. A lot. I know girls in their 30s, they're not allowed.
A lot, not just immigrants, right? In this day and age, a lot of 26-year-olds live with their parents. Yeah. But the point that they're making is, is good. Like the whole nuclear family thing, that's very much an American thing, right? The rest of the world does not necessarily live like that, right? There's a lot of multi-generational households. It's not weird at all. Mostly that's that, the parent, will like live, like for the kids to take care of the parents when they get older, right? Then they have kids and you'll have like 3 generations in one house, but it's just not, maybe not as common in the US. People put their, parents in a home or something like that if they have the money for it. And it's embarrassing to live with your parents at past 21 or something. But yeah,
to leave their
point taken.
parents' house, even though they go to Miami and they be spinning fucking, they don't leave their parents' house until they're married.
I left at 24. My sister left at 32.
So let's go to Destiny's response. Stephen Bennell III. He's a good name. Almost everything this DM is wrong. Willie Mack is running cover because
he has a good name. Wait, did he say the third? That's the one I always say as a joke.
they be spinning fucking, they don't leave their parents' house until they're married.
I left at 24. My sister left at 32.
So let's go to
no. This feels like reflexive sweeping. Like there's it's just like the reflex, right? These guys are fucking sides cocked, I guess is the word that people are saying, right? This is I don't know. Look, there are some points where Ethan was like legitimately wrong, okay? But I don't think the overall shit that Destiny's doing is anywhere near defensible. And it's kind of wild that like a channel that actually, I don't know, has the channel fallen off or something? Like this is a pretty big channel, chat. 2.25 million subscribers. It is twice the size of Destiny's YouTube channel, and they're you know, risking it all to defend their friend, right? These are friends that Destiny made during his Red Pill arc, right? These are kind of Red Pill guys. They're not as you know, far right as a lot of Red Pill guys, but they are definitely in that manosphere.
Stephen Bennell III. He's a good name. Almost everything in this DM is wrong. Willie Mack is running cover because he wants to get in with the boys again. And Ethan is trying to distance himself from me. I have no kitty stuff on my computer. I've complied with my legal obligations for my court case. The 60 gigs of screenshots was related to a claim that the Rose person made, someone whose name and birth date have yet to be reliably confirmed. Ethan is literally reading off revenge porn leaks of mine and giggling like a regarded child for DMs that had absolutely nothing to do with the Rose leak. Rose is the alleged underage person. Any reference to grape or was literally in the context of DMs with a 26-year-old British woman. I've never DM'd Rose in my life, on IG specifically. Then, you know, Destiny, you know, he has a little part at the end. I think
AB and Lena are the researchers, for the Destiny video?
Peterson was right. You and Gila deserve all the CPS calls for the dog shit eating claims and everything else. You deserve zero sympathy from anyone else on the internet when you're so quick to turn around and rely on the same snark shit that's been played.
Have these guys commented on the Ethan Klein drama yet? I really have not followed them in a long time.
For years, as soon as you think it's beneficial. I hope your prior maid takes you for a millionaire lawsuit against you guys as well. So that's the end of this entire saga, as it is now. Everyone set the bridges on fire, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, it feels like you feel some type of way, so I'll let you go first.
I feel some type of way. The last part that he said, I'm like, oh shit, you had some people call on you and said some things that were not verified. CPS was on your case with your kids about lies and stuff like that. And then you turn around and you do the same thing. Mm-hmm. He's been doing that. He did that to us when he said, oh no, you guys are exactly those people. Then after that, turns around and claimed that he never watched a video of us.
Abba and Preach, these guys are idiots. No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember. Yeah. Ethan used to be real hostile. Like they used to have a real. In fact, I think he tried to point out them. Yeah, this was like around would have been around the time of Leftovers, or maybe even a little bit before, where Ethan was basically, you know, saying these guys were right wingers, and then it you know, they would be like, oh really, you know, what do you mean, like prove it, right? And he wouldn't have the receipts. They are right wing. They are definitely right wing, but Ethan's just not, you know, just kind of didn't know what he was talking about. So he got caught flat-footed on that one, I think.
On the internet when you're so quick to turn around and rely on the same snark shit that's been plaguing you for years as soon as you think it's beneficial.
But I thought they kind of made peace. I thought that Ethan kind of had said something nice about them and that the drama had stopped at that point. I don't know. Maybe they still have feelings. They still have bad feelings towards Ethan.
I hope your prior maid takes you for a millionaire lawsuit against you guys as well. So that's the end of this entire saga, as it is now. Everyone set the bridges on fire, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, it feels like you feel some type of way, so
That's some weird editing.
I'll let you go first.
I feel some type of way. The last part that he said, I'm like, oh shit, you had some people call on you and said some things that were not verified. CPS was on your case with your kids about lies and stuff like that. And then you turn.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. Okay, so people Let's show once again. I don't
know why. I do know why. Willie Mack decides to run and make a video.
I hate how people will still defend Ethan for this shit. that the shit that they will assume that the allegations about the Giardia and the infection of his kids was something that people made up about him, was a smear. No, it's something. It's this.
But I got it approved. Now it still costs $250.
That's still expensive. Crazy. Yeah.
2,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got those. Now I'm on all this fucking Sudafed shit. Oh yeah, my doctor who's trying to fix my cough also put me on an antibiotic in case it's some post-viral infection.
Are they talking to each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're not. I don't know if they're necessarily talking, but they know what.
They're aware
drugs.
of what the other prescribed. Okay, that's good.
Oh, Ethan.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Doolittle.
H3 is being a little bitch again.
Oh.
So that's only one part of it. The next part is
what's the next?
That Olive has Giardia, which is a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
Wait, Ethan interviewed the baby mama from the Fresh and Fit thing? Ethan interviewed Fresh's baby mama?
Olive has this?
Olive has this, yeah. She came to us with it.
Okay.
She had diarrhea and
oh, poor baby.
Ducky came to us with that too. And I just wonder why
it's relatively common.
It should be. They should have found it already. But anyway, so
Brittany Simon says she stopped being friends with Abba and Preach, I'm assuming, when she told them about what Destiny did a while back, the Pixie stuff.
She has Giardia, so we have her on an antibiotic, but we had to wait until Monday, which is today. We just got it today. And well, Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
and now Ela has Giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my God.
What can I do to not get it from
Yeah,
you?
I'm trying to...
Because I'm not trying to get it.
Can we crank the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. Are you planning on that?
Never.
Not really.
So put it together, right? Ethan says his whole family got and it's not true that you have to eat his poop, all right? That is just not the reality. That is not the truth, right? You can get it in a lot of ways. It's just like, I don't know, like if you shook hands with somebody who had, I don't know, there's definitely other ways to get it, right? But based on what, if you just took this clip, here's the thing. If you take the clip at face value, right, the implication is that the kids ate dog shit. And especially when you say like they're crawling on the ground, they're putting stuff in their mouth. What is that implying? What were they putting in their mouth? What were they putting in their mouth? I always love saying crank the AC maybe. If it's an airborne disease, geez. But yeah, if you just take what he says at face value, which, if you do a little research, you find that he's not right about, the method of transmission of Giardia, but you would assume his children had ingested dog feces and that his whole family ended up ingesting dog feces. You can get it like pink eye mucous membranes as well. Yeah, somebody coughing on their hand. Oh, coughing. Somebody who coughs, chat? I don't know.
Really?
So then you're fine.
I am the one that coughs, Ethan Klein.
But
probably.
Unfortunately.
So the problem is
you just told us that your poop is flowing out of your mouth. It's like in the
literally.
air, bro.
That's not what I said. That's literally that's what you
had
said.
caca breath.
No, that's what you said I said. Well, anyway, so let me continue, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So because it can go on surfaces and stuff. So, Olive chews everywhere. She's there. So, Sonny, it makes sense why he got it. Then once he starts having these crazy diarrheas, like in the middle of the night, all day, all the time, he's having these crazy diarrheas. Then when me and
oh, chat, I'm sorry, the butterfly goal ended.
Ela start having to get in there and changing his diaper, obviously you put them down, you wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas.
And they put their hands into the poop.
So I haven't been diagnosed with it. Neither has Hila.